It's over with.
Welcome to another episode of Secrets of the Supernatural. We're here with Rob Stachowicz from Get Haunted, and we're here with Nick and Ryan from Paranormal Theory.
Well,
hey guys,
yeah, we are delighted to have you.
Yes, it's awesome. Thank you for having us.
It's a great honor.
No problem. Glad you guys here, made it here. Now tell us about you guys. I mean, you guys are new to the YouTube community.
Yeah.
And what attracted you to the paranormal aspect of it?
Well, Ryan and I, we got into wanting to do this to learn more about what's beyond just your normal living realm. The question, is there life after death? There's so much evidence in this field of us recognizing that there is. And I mean, I got into it because I witnessed something that was unexplainable to me at a young age, that even at like 8 years old, I knew there was something, that this wasn't right. There's more than just normal people. So I was always asking questions even at a younger age.
Yeah, and same thing with me. I had an experience when I was a little kid.
Sorry, guys.
Yeah, you guys are here right now.
Exactly. Well, okay, you guys do something. You guys do.
I'm still not fired. So I do firearms and security specialist. And it's interesting to have the construction background in this field, because I can use my knowledge of building construction to actually debunk a lot of things that I hear. Especially when you go from the hot climate to the cool climate at night. Buildings swell. And people be like, "What you do that not?" But no, that's just the building 7%. So I can debunk things. Same thing with K2. Seeing the EMF spikes. I know that data wire, Wi-Fi, cell phones, send those K2s. So having that background and knowledge already, not work, debunking everything.
More than
Find ourselves one. It's not everything you see is perfect. Try to debunk something as soon as it happens.
well, that's what is your favorite container? What is your expertise as far as paranormal?
So, say too much experience. Yes,
No. Like it happens every time.
There might be a Wi-Fi issue.
Could be. It doesn't.
I think she said that you guys are connected now.
Okay.
No, we're not connected yet.
We're not.
Nope.
What's not connected?
Is that better?
Yeah, it's not better on our end.
Testing 1, 2, 3. Testing 1, 2, 3. Audio.
Even if you do that, wait, it doesn't matter.
It's the government.
Well, when you
They're
were
saying they can hear you. They're saying
They can hear us?
No.
Yeah, they're saying it's better now.
Oh wow, okay.
Nobody touch anything.
Oh,
Hands
can we
off.
Okay,
point out the
You guys
fact,
can hear us better now? How's that?
Can we point out the fact
Okay,
that
great.
they blessed
We're
the
getting
room
okays
and
now.
It works?
So sorry about that, guys.
not playing.
Welcome
Can we-
Welcome to trying to do a live feed from the Warren's Occult Museum. Really, I mean, these are our issues we deal with all the time. So, but yes, we are back up. Sorry about that.
That happens.
So
Do we look all right? How do we look? I know I look good.
I look really good.
So Ryan, don't touch. It's not me.
Rob looks like an
I have
old.
my hands on my lap.
So what are you your like crazy experience like since you got involved in the paranormal? Like what case blew your mind away and really got you
So
interested in this?
for me personally, and it happened to me, it was at the Norwich State Hospital, and it was the first time? Yeah, first time I went there.
Yep.
And we were in the lobotomy room, and we had I was videotaping Nick, and I was like kind of leaning up against the door, and there was like a huge bang right behind my head, like someone had just punched the door. So I kind of like run 3 steps, turn around, look at the door, and we had a wide angle camera, and I had a white t-shirt on just like I'm wearing now. And you see the back end of my t-shirt get pulled up and then out and down. So like it wasn't like the t-shirt was caught. I was wearing joggers just like I am now.
Yeah.
Nothing in my pockets.
Wow.
But you saw the t-shirt go up and then not just fall, but like get stretched out backwards.
And you felt that?
And I said immediately, I'm like,
Yeah.
something just grabbed my shirt. And he's
Wow.
like, I saw that.
And you got
I
that?
watched a flash of it actually like happen.
And you caught it on video?
I didn't even think that we had it on video
Yeah.
because it was just a camera I kind of forgot about. And we were just lucky enough to be running it.
Yeah, Ryan, he sent me that
Yeah.
night. I was going to sleep, and he's like, "Dude, you got to look at this." And I'm watching it. I'm like zooming in, and you see a shirt it doesn't just get pulled out. It's lifted and then pulled out and dropped. It's really profound footage, really.
And that's you guys just released that video, right? Not too long ago?
No,
Or that one's
Norwich.
not out there yet.
No, Norwich.
No, it is.
That one's out there.
Okay.
That was our part 1. We were there for about 3 visits, and that was how long ago? 4 months, almost 5.
I'll say like 3 months ago.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
We've been there 3 times, but that was our first visit.
Mm-hmm.
Was then that happened, and every time we've been there, crazy things have happened. And it's one of those places that stuff happens behind you, and they know exactly what they're doing.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, one of the only times I've ever heard him scream was at Norwich.
Yep.
Can
So
you reenact that or?
no, because I don't show fear. I don't.
Yeah.
But I was surprised with Norwich, there's a possibility of actual people coming in. We had special permission. We had somebody with us through the night, and I heard a noise behind me. So I turned around. I'm looking down the hallway. Ryan comes out and he's like, "Oh, was that you guys?" I was like, "Yeah." So I'm staring down. I'm like, "All right, let me look down this way." and I thought I heard somebody like run out of the building, jump out a window, and fall through the trees because I heard the top of the trees get rustled and a thud. So now my head is out the window, and I had this metal desk or filing cabinet behind me, and I mean, it sounded like somebody went like this right to the top of it.
Wow.
Scared the snot right out of me. I kid you not. I took off running. He heard me screaming. He comes running out with the camera. He's like, "What happened?" I'm just like, I'm trying to figure it out because it happened so quick from one in front of me, turned me around, and then it happened behind me again.
See how they manipulated you? But it's normal not to realize it at the time.
Uh-huh.
You see, and then your fight and flight kicks in.
Yep.
Yeah.
Now, what do you guys think about going inside the museum and confronting Annabelle and some of these other objects in the
Or
museum?
communicating with Annabelle.
Yeah, confronting is kind of because we know like with these objects, to obviously you don't challenge this kind of stuff.
Right.
Very
they're-
good point.
They're stronger than a regular human being, and that's like something that like that we already know. Like these, if it is something demonic, that means like that was never a human ever.
Inhuman.
Right.
Yes.
It
Inhuman
has
demonic.
never been a human.
Right. Inhuman demonic.
Yes.
Yeah.
There's
And-
demonic, and then, which could be a possible human.
Mhm.
And then there's the inhuman, which has never walked the face of the earth.
Yeah.
That's the ones they have the wisdom of the ages, etc. Go ahead.
Yeah.
But my thing is that this is kind of a testament to a lot of what other people say is that there's demons here, demonics, everything's like something malevolent in smaller places, not here talking. Coming here and to actually experience something that is well known that it is something demonic or something that dark, to see the difference between somebody saying that it's just a malevolent spirit versus something that is actually that aggressive. And everybody says that they're, oh yeah, I can handle it, I can take it. But being in a place that you're going to experience something with that puts you in a different mindset.
Sure, absolutely. And that's wise. That's good. Miss Warren said, if you're not scared to be in here, I don't want you in here.
Mhm.
And wisdom and fear, by the way, is a tactic that you're born with to protect your body.
Correct.
To shut down the movement, to stiffen the muscles, to breathe shallow, to bring in more attention and focus to your mind for danger. So that's good that you feel that way, and that's very wise.
Yeah, I mean, and it feeds off of, your energy in there. And sometimes you don't know where it's coming from. I mean, you would think it's coming from Annabelle.
Yeah.
It's coming from the Shadow Doll, or it could be coming from the dinosaur or some of the other objects inside that museum. And they play off of each other.
Yeah.
And it's like they're playing a game with you. All right. And you just got to figure out, like, where is it really coming from?
And
So it's
yeah. And other times it's trying to I think compete for attention.
oh yeah,
With each other.
I was going to ask that. Do they interact with each other?
Yeah,
They interact
yes,
with
they
each other.
do. Yes.
Like they're self-aware of like.
Oh
other
yes, they
entities in there with
absolutely yes.
we have like clear audio of them, like the Shadow Doll wanted to be next to Annabelle.
Right.
And so we moved the Shadow Doll next to Annabelle. It's crazy in there, and it's real.
Mhm.
And you just can't make this stuff up. And what we've captured through different devices, that it responds what's really happening in that museum. And like some of these apps are not programmed to say, the museum or Annabelle or give us the names of the items in there.
Yeah.
And so how does that happen?
Or directly to talk about, like, Rob was in the Missouri State Penitentiary, and I'm giving a tour in the museum with the artifacts, and I knew what he was doing, and it wasn't. He walked right up to the Shadow Doll case, and you're here. Tell him.
Oh, I just started. I started rolling a recorder, and it was talking. It was talking. It was responding to Wade speaking to actual to guests and people standing around the.
But then it recognized you
Yep.
from the past, from
Yeah.
the family, and what did it say to you? Responding to you.
Well, it's kind of just welcomed me back.
Let me out.
Let
Remember?
me out.
Let
Yeah.
me out.
Hold on. My phone is.
Yeah, it's
My phone. I'm on my phone. I'm on
You're
my
good.
phone. Okay.
It looks
But was
good on
going
here.
to
it looks
sleep.
good on the internet.
Yeah, it remembered me according to the recording. So yeah, it's not the best. It's not my favorite moment in history.
No, I got it. Yeah.
That out of all of your artifacts, that's the one that That's the one that makes me
But
sweat.
my point bringing that up is
Makes you
it's,
what?
it's
Sweat.
self-realized.
Oh, I thought you said
No.
make you wet.
When
I'm
the
like,
overnight-
What did you just say?
When the are you done? When the overnight was
Conversation at
here
a time.
the second year. They forgot and they left a REM pad on top of the Shadow Doll case.
Oh yeah.
And it was there almost a year. And they came back the third time, the last time when they did the marathon, and it's all on the tape. They said, Shadow Doll, do you remember when we left the REM pod and you could clearly hear back in the DVR, the digital recorder?
Oh yeah. Mhm.
Yeah.
Yes, boys, and welcome
It
back.
wasn't a REM pod. It was I forgot what kind of device that was.
What do you
Something
use?
they created their own device.
But it was
So
a digital recorder. You know, the little tape recorder in your hand.
Yeah, so I mailed it back to them. They were doing an event out at the Stanley Hotel,
Mhm.
and I overnight their equipment to them. And when they turned it on, it was just freaking out. Like
It was some type of REM pod, right?
I don't know. It was like a music box, REM pod.
Yeah,
It was all
yeah.
combined.
Yeah, it was like a REM pod. It was activated by
right.
But it was the fact that it said that.
Yeah, I mean, a direct response a
Yeah.
year later. Welcome back, boys. You know, so I mean, I'm not giving them any undue energy, but they are aware that you're there. It's not just a spirit in limbo.
And yeah, I mean, even we had a priest here. 5 months ago?
Mhm.
Father Bob Bailey, and before the priest arrived here, you got really emotional.
They'll attack on different levels because they know the wisdom of the ages. Like I said, they know your vulnerabilities, they know your past, and it attacked me. And it's hard to realize the first hour because it's clouded, comes in waves. But there's a second time that's happened. They do that,
Right.
and now I recognize it and know to pull away. But they got me bad. They got me bad that
Yeah,
day.
because I didn't know where it was coming from.
Right.
It's like I never saw you like that. Like that. I think that was the first time I saw you get like really emotional. Like these memories, the flood of memories,
vulnerability
were coming
under
back to you.
attack. Again, yeah. And I had suppressed all of that, and they dug it up. So, but Dan said, "I don't want you in the museum tonight," and I said, "No, because that way they win. I can turn now that I've analyzed and defined what's happening as far as their activity towards me and how they work. Then I can turn it off and put up shields and pray, etc. So they can't access it anymore."
Yeah.
And do you think this came from the Shadow Doll?
Oh, I don't know where it came from. I
We
think
don't know.
we don't know. I think they gang up.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think they gang up. But that's one. In other words, it's not just voices or moving objects or touching. They'll work on you different ways.
Mhm.
You know, they'll work on your most vulnerable alleyway. They know it. And that's so. You know, they're not your friends. They're not circus people to perform. It's something to be respected and feared. But there's an intelligence there, I guess, was what I'm saying.
But Wade has a psychic ability. I mean, like I
Right.
don't know, like which is stronger of the six senses, but he sees things and knows things like nobody should know.
Mhm.
For instance, like at the Paracon that we just had, like Bonnie Aaron's, her photos were lost in the mail,
Oh.
right? But they were at the hotel, and we were
Yeah.
looking. The first day, we were looking everywhere for these photos,
For the night before, we were
and
looking
nobody
at-
knew where the photos
we
were.
knew they got delivered. and
Wade, the next day,
the next morning, yeah.
Wade was like, I know where they're at. And he saw exactly where they were at. And he led Chris and,
Just me, yeah. I-
you
I
know,
was like-
to where
I
the
was like,
photos
"Wait, let's
were.
go find them. But just take me there." We just walked down the hallway. We turned another hallway, and there they were.
I
Right
saw
where
that
they
there were 5 boxes, 3 brown. We wanted the 2 white ones on top, and they were against. Well, my point is, I wanted to. It's not that I'm psychic or anything. I just tuned into the energy of Bonnie Aaron's getting the boxes, the photos of the boxes of photos, and how, and the end result. I tuned into that and dissected it and pulled it. How can I help?
So you connected with Bonnie Aaron's, what?
No, the boxes.
Just the boxes.
Right.
How the hell did you do that?
I don't know. I don't know.
You freaked me out. You know that.
Well, sometimes I can do it, sometimes I can't. That's why I don't like to be called a psychic, because I don't want people asking me all the time, and I don't. No, So
Wade also picks up on our energy all the time, which
Like he knows what we're thinking
Or- yeah.
sometimes.
okay, well we have guests here.
Like we tried to lose
Yeah,
weight
you're
in
right.
Texas, like,
And he found us.
and out of
We never told him this.
1,000 restaurants in San Antonio, he fucking finds us. We're sitting out on the patio, and Chris says, "What the fuck?" And here's Wade coming walking down the river
Right?
walk.
Can you say that again? Okay. So so how you doing, Rob?
Oh, I'm good. I'm good.
By the way,
Thank you, Dan.
I'm sorry.
Thank you.
Go ahead. How are
No.
you, Rob?
I'm great. Thank
It
you.
is so great to have you here.
Yeah, listen. So thanks for hosting these boys tonight. I call them boys. They're 30-year-old men. I know, but here's what I'll say about Paranormal Theory.
Yeah.
I met them last year at a Paracon, and right away I was like, they're different. They're just different to me, and I'm like, I kind of like them, right? And I'm not like Mr. Warm and fuzzy for everybody, but I got to know them, and the fact that you guys allowed them here tonight, it's like I'm their agent now.
Yep.
Yeah. So yeah, all calls come to me moving
We're
forward.
still working on the contract.
What's a
but-
cut of nothing?
The
Nothing.
cut of 0 is 0.0%, but no, they're amazing guys. I love the way they investigate. I love how they approach the paranormal. It's not with ego or attitude. It's with curious desire to understand really what's happening out there. So I don't know. We just kind of jive. My phone is acting nuts.
So
It looks good on the
It's the
internet.
location.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, it doesn't do
Trust-
this.
trust
My
me,
phone
we
is,
know what's
like,
going on.
literally,
And
it's
you-
turning itself on and off.
And you're not on the Wi-Fi.
Wait,
Sorry.
Wait, just hit it with holy water.
It should help it.
Gotta let me know.
It should help.
But he doesn't. He just feel like wet shit coming at you. And
Yeah.
you just know it's holy water.
Get sneezed on.
You know,
But
he
I
does
was
it
gonna-
when you least expect it. He
I
did that
was-
to me in West Virginia. Shit was like really active in there,
oh my god.
and then fucking it got quiet. Like
Uh-oh.
activity stopped. Then somebody's pointing like in the corner, and there's fucking Wade casting them all away. I'm like, Wade,
Well,
what are you doing?
there was a buildup of demonic energy in a corner where some girls were, and I.
But these are
wasn't gonna
people that want to experience the paranormal,
Yeah, but-
and you just drove it all away.
So, okay, here's a good question. Now that you kind of bring this situation up, where do you kind of draw the line between like
That's a
because
great
obviously
question.
like you have these
That's a great
items
question.
and you have them
when there's
to
going to be
learn.
physical harm, I have no patience for that.
Mhm.
No tolerance for that. They can, like I said, work on many levels. But I don't tolerate anything physical or following you home.
Yeah,
And we take great precautions for that and bless the vehicles. And
No, he does a good job with that.
and it's kind of like
Incredible.
how do you kind of walk the line between like learning from these items for the research and obviously like protecting yourself?
well, they know Dan, they know us, and I don't say that lightly. And they know there's a limit, and we have religion behind us.
Mhm.
So it's not like they're going to be punished or anything. But I don't really know why, but they do 88% of the time hold their distance. Yeah,
You got to understand reasons why we take these items out to the public is to get their interest, right?
Mhm.
Explain what these items are and what they're capable of, right? But there's another thing that we want to educate them about just the paranormal and life in general.
Mhm.
So that subject leads into a whole other, subject about the paranormal,
Yeah.
And that's
life in general,
and
being
that's why you guys are here
being
tonight.
good souls in life and everything, and how people attract the negative and how they attract the positive. So we kind of lure them in with the items and their stories, but our message out there, what the paranormal really is and how it does affect us,
Bingo.
how it affects somebody growing up in life and they experience abuse, how that could turn into something paranormal later on in life.
Oh yeah.
So those are the stories that in the subject matters that we'd like to approach by using these items.
Mhm.
So people are saying, oh no, you're just gaining fame and glory from these items. No, it's what Ed and Lorraine has started,
Mhm.
right? So that's why these items are in the museum. All right.
Yeah.
is to tell that story, but then to educate the public how it all occurs.
And Mr. Warren wanted them seen. He wanted the devil to be exposed. He wanted the way that the devil works to be exposed, and how it encroaches upon your life today. And so, and to identify and to protect yourself, family. And on tagging what Dan said is that I believe the more you know about paranormal, it's going to prepare you for the afterlife, which everyone is going to experience. There's not one person on this earth that will be able to escape that.
Well, I just thought it's just paranormal, we just call it the supernatural, right? Because like supernatural was mentioned in the Bible as well. So it all comes together. I mean, even like, you know, ancient alien theories, you know, this is all connected somehow. So like, you know, people talk about Bigfoot, you know, cryptics and all that.
Yes.
You know, it's all connected somehow. We're not 100% sure. You know, the proof is not all out there, and sometimes this knowledge is too big for us to really understand.
Right.
Well, and that's what I was just talking to a woman today. She was saying that the idea and kind of the theory that we're all kind of all energy. Everything we experience is energy. How, like the natives said, the land has energy and we can connect to it. We can feel it. You go barefooted into the woods, you get grounded. You're constantly connected by energy. And I think that's how almost these spirits can communicate and we can witness them, is because we somehow tap into that energy field. And that's even the cryptids as well, is they project in this energy field and we perceive it in different ways to make it understandable to us. Because it's this, we see each other as people, and the same thing, you can't explain like an animal or Bigfoot, you know, skinwalker standing there. So you have to make something you can understand. And I think that's that energy that's, you're trying to make two things make sense. And it's like, oh, okay, that's what my mind made it as. So
and there's a lot, and especially now, there's a lot coming out now. Like the government is releasing a lot of this information about our oceans, how these aliens live in our oceans. And, you know, we kind of knew there's something out there, like, you know, with these structures that are deep in our oceans that we can't explain. I mean, how they were built, and these flying objects that are coming out of there. What are they? You know, we call them aliens, but what are they? Is that where our DNA came from? I mean, yes, it still could be God's creation. And if you go back through biblical texts and everything, the Book of Enoch and Book of Genesis, and they talk about the Nephilim and all that. Is that the Nephilim down there?
Well, I mean, like even in caves, they found like carved into the wall, like images of these things and stuff flying in the air. So it's not like, you know, they didn't have the internet then. They didn't have movies then. Like,
No.
What were they seeing?
And not only that, it's just like the structures that were built. We don't even have that technology today.
correct.
On some of these structures, how they built them. You know, back then, how can you move 20 tons of rock?
Exactly.
You know,
pyramids of Peru, whatever. Yeah.
Right. And then it perfectly laser cut them. You know, we didn't have that technology. We still don't have it now. That's mind blowing.
It's very interesting. I'm sitting here and I'm thinking most of the people on the earth don't deal with any of this in their daily life. And that's not a judgment. That's just what is. But it's very interesting how it makes life more 3D, more important of going about your daily business and treating other people when you know about this stuff. Now I have to pause myself and I want to ask you, what is, I heard the word over and over and over, but for the audience that doesn't know, what is a cryptid?
So cryptids is kind of your big myths and legends. So your Bigfoot, Mothman, Loch Ness Monster. It's those unexplainable entities that people witness or wrote about years ago. But it is one of those things that somebody saw something to make these things exist in stories. So I know
Like Mothman.
Yes. So something must have shown up that was weird and far-fetched to somebody, that they painted this image that it was a man with wings or some
It was
creature.
that whole story about the bridge. Isn't that Hoffman, like it landed on the bridge, and then
Yep.
like 2 days later, something the bridge collapsed, and it's like a harbinger kind
And
of.
I saw a recent photograph of a new picture of Mothman taken about 2 months ago. It's pretty detailed, and it's a nighttime, but you do see, and that was very interesting. I also want to say, Dan and Chris and I were talking. We're getting on in our years and adventure, but we need to find younger people that are open-minded and willing to be open for such topics to pass on the torch.
Yeah, well, you're getting on in your years.
I admit that.
Yeah.
They've got 20 years after me, but it's like, where do you go? Where do you here they are. It's starting.
And I can tell you, like, just from the people that are our age, it's becoming a lot more mainstream and okay to talk about, like, publicly.
Mhm.
Because not even like what 10, 15 years ago, like you could be putting them like
They think you're a lunatic.
Yeah.
Exactly.
When you say that, do you mean high school age or college or even young adult like yourself, like working in the world?
Even children, like when they used to say is like kids can see like spirits, or they're more sensitive to it.
Right.
Now that people are starting to talk about it, even as adults, now you kind of respect when a kid say it, or they're staring off into the abyss, just waving at something. It's not like, what are you doing? Or you have that imaginary friend. It's just like, no, they actually might be talking to a past family member or somebody who was trapped in the home.
Yeah. And that's when we come in and we believe in our, in God and the Bible. I believe that, we were all created in God's image. So when you're born pure. All right.
Yes.
Your light is really bright. So you're attracting good energies and bad energy, spirits and demons. You could attract them all.
Yeah.
And you're open. They see things that we don't see. As we grow up, we become corrupt.
Correct.
That's what I want to say. And
Programmed.
and
Or deprogrammed, really.
Yes.
but we have
also
needs.
become like distracted.
Well, exactly. And we have needs in life.
Yeah.
It's like what we're going to do for a living, so, or we do bad things in life. So we become corrupt. So that light dims, but there are some people that their light never dims for some reason. All right. And those are, for instance,
Rob's light never dims.
I am not dim.
Well, there are times in life, we all have them, where it's hard to remember your divinity and why you're here and what you should be doing.
right.
Isn't it very interesting hearing you all talk how the little children, the first year, 3 to 4 years old, say, and then in the elderly, when they're 3-4 days before passing in a hospice, they'll start to talk to corners and smile and point, and it's like you gain memory or availability. The veil thins. You see, as a child, you're not programmed yet as far as like earthly ways, so you still remember, and they can visit you and you see them, connect with them.
Right.
It's the same thing if they're going to guide you on your last day. If they're going to guide you into the light, it would be a royal treatment if they were there hours before and you recognize them.
But I like listening to other theories as well and different ways to approach, the supernatural and investigating. Like Rob has a different way of investigating the paranormal, or his theories, right? You and Sarah.
Tell us, Rob.
And I think, to touch on what my bestie mentioned and my business partner mentioned just a couple minutes ago, we've done a couple of events together. The first one was West Virginia, Old Hospital on College Hill, right? So to offer that very unique opportunity to our guests, right? And so we have a very faith-based, my phone was behaving.
No, you're fine.
You're good.
Yeah, no, it's just like wants to shut off on me. To offer that, you guys are very faith-based, the way you investigate, and we're a bit different. So to offer the guests that came to that event, and they freaking loved it, right? It's not something that happens often on a public investigation, especially. So to offer them these two pieces from a menu and let them walk away with their own determination of what's going to work best for them when they investigate. And not that one is right or wrong, and I'm sure somewhere in the middle they all intersect, right? I think there are certain interpretations of different things that would lead us all to the same conclusion at the end of the day. But for somebody to get the opportunity to work with you guys, right? And they freaking loved it. We've done this twice, 2 or 3 times.
3 times, I think.
4
4 maybe.
Some walked away and were like, you know what? That's not for me, but goddamn, that was cool, right? When others walked away going, that was the coolest thing I ever experienced.
Yeah, I think what makes it different is that we deal with a lot of clients when we go on our investigation. So we're dealing with a person, right? And yes, it might be connected to the location, or is it connected to that person? So our approach to the paranormal and the supernatural is a little bit different than when you go to haunted locations and you're not dealing with a client, you're just dealing with a haunted location.
Yeah.
Right. So that's the difference. And what we bring in is that we connect to the people inside of that haunted location. How is it affecting you? How is it affecting him? And sometimes people bring in their own attachments into these locations. And we could feel some of these attachments or what's wrong with that person. Like, I think the first time I investigated with you, I connected with Joby's son, Dominic.
Yeah.
And it had something to do with his friend.
Yes,
passed away.
Yes, who passed away.
And I was picking up on that inside that location, and that's weird how that all happened.
So his son's friend who had passed away started communicating through the device with Dan, and it became Dom became very emotional, and understandably so. I remember that.
Yeah,
Go
we
ahead.
were just there. I think we did hear about that.
Yeah, to this day, you know, that sticks with him. So again, you know, like Sarah mentioned, you know, if you don't explore all the different avenues, right, and you don't take in different methodologies or at least take a look at them, you're working in one lane and you will not grow. When you're done growing, you might as well stop doing this, right? It's just why bother? So to me, you know, working with you guys on different events has been not just for me, but for all the guests that came. They've been like, it's just cool, right? It's just so cool.
You're very kind, and I love the way Get Haunted welcomes everybody, regardless to level, knowledge, experience, first timers. I love that.
Well, right from the beginning, we connected. I mean, right when I had you over
we
here
did.
that first
Listen,
day.
there's, you know, when people, there's no bullshit happening, right? We talked, and then we're like, you know what? Let's do an event together. Some people don't love that you bring the Devils on the Run, that you bring the artifacts out. But sorry, you know, short-hated for you. That's the way it goes. You guys are trying to educate people. You guys are trying to offer opportunities that, hey, I'm 99% sure that most of the people that were at least local to Missouri State Penitentiary would never find themselves here. And if they did, Wade would be calling the cop, having them taken off the property.
Yeah.
So to offer these kind of experiences to people, and I've never watched you guys like say, nope, this is the only way to do this. This is the answer. I've never watched that happen, because if you did, we wouldn't be doing this together on occasion.
Well, people think that they're just doing it, bring these items out and everything. No, we do investigations. We're working on a current investigation now, which is really, you know, got us involved. But we don't put that out into the public because we're dealing with individuals that don't want this.
The client's privacy is number one.
Correct.
But Dan and I can skirt around it. By the way, I wanted to say a compliment to Dan. We brought all this equipment, and it was the first time I could use the equipment from the soiree. Okay, I was all excited.
Hey, you won the basket.
Well, my point is, Dan started the investigation, and put it this way: investigation quotes, and
It's not an investigation.
and when we drove, and you take it from there, but when we drove away, we didn't need our equipment.
We didn't have to investigate.
Yeah,
the
yeah.
situation.
Not one device did
We
we
nailed
even
it
think
down
of.
where it was coming from, and
We never do though.
yeah, and it's good. It's
We
good,
never do.
especially if you're dealing with clients. You really don't want to
Not-
freak
not
them
at-
out.
Yes,
But
we
if
have
you're able to
residentials.
figure out where
Yeah.
it's coming from and just tackle it right there, they really appreciate that, because there's things that we
had
them open up to us, and you kind of could figure out, okay, what you experienced in your past is what you're experiencing now, what's happening to you,
or a reason why it's happening.
a reason why it's happening,
right.
right?
Right.
Or even like I've done research on like how a high EMF like area can like make some people who are sensitive like see things, hear things. Like,
Oh, yeah.
You'll
hallucinate,
hallucinate.
feel sick.
Yep.
And there's like I put my one of our K2s next to my router that's in my bedroom, and that thing's like all the way up on red, and I'm like, that's probably not healthy.
Oh yeah.
No, exactly.
I had an Orbi like friggin' industrial
Yep.
one, and I was getting crazy headaches and neck aches. Finally narrowed it down to that router. I mean, this thing was like stupid powerful. But to throw it back to paranormal theory just for a minute, you know, I challenged Nick a couple weeks ago when we were at Mid Orange on one of his beliefs when we were out to dinner, right? And this is one of the many reasons I love these guys. He wasn't offended, right? He has this belief about something in particular, and I kind of threw an alternate opinion at it, right? And he wasn't like, oh my god, that like these guys are so eager and willing to learn and look at things differently, which is again why I was like, man, we got to work together. So you know, I don't know, they're just different than most. So I'm loving it. My phone.
But I like
Throw
that
some
where
more
you're
water
talking
on my
about
phone.
the EMFs going off, like going
I'm not
you know, go next to outlets and everything.
Don't
Like
short
old
it out.
houses have old BX cables, right?
Yep.
They don't have the grounds. They have the positive and negative, all right, but they're not grounded. That's why
Correct.
you don't see the 2 prongs in there. You don't see the ground
Mhm.
prong in there.
And that's like his thing, like his like personal job.
Yeah.
Right.
And
That's why it's so good, like having him, is because if there's something going on, that's the first thing he does is he takes the K2 and he sweeps the whole area, and he's like, okay, there's a really high fluctuation here, which isn't making sense. It's not like, you know, like going away or traveling.
Right.
And they're like, okay, well, like, didn't like this person say like this happened here? And you can kind of connect the two, because
Yeah.
our biggest thing, and it's happened to us a couple of times, where it's like, if something happens, like try to use 1 science and 2 logic.
Right.
Because if those 2 things, if you can't like understand what happened between those 2 things, that's how you get some of your best evidence.
Yeah. And it's just not inside the house. You got to go outside of the house. You got to look at where the power lines are running outside of the house, and you got to look at transformers. Where are the transformers located?
Yep.
Some of these transformers, if they're not connected properly, or they're, you know, letting off EMF. Cell towers, I believe cell towers as well, and also I believe in what's called solar panels
Yep.
to also do
They
it
do,
as well
yes.
if they're not hooked up properly.
Oh, yeah, there was a street lamp a block away from the Shanley, and every night at 7 p.m. they would run their spirit box. All the radio station would disappear.
Yep.
They're like, what the hell is happening? Every night at 7 p.m. They finally figured it out. One of the street light was wired wrong. It's literally a block away, and it was knocking out all of their radio reception.
Yep.
Which at first everybody thought, yes, Sandy, it was holy water. Wade was giving my phone another.
Did it again?
Had to.
Yeah. This thing's acting crazy. I've never had this problem with my phone. But something as simple as that, right? If you don't dig deeper, if you don't research it, so they figured out, oh shit, the street lights are coming on at 7 p.m. and it was wired wrong. It was creating all of this issue with the radio stations.
Well,
But you're smart enough to know that.
Yeah.
We had a location that they were like, oh, if you put like a REM pod in this doorway, you'll get hits all night long. You'll get interactions and everything. I mean, we've had a REM pod. I think it's the most bipolar thing we own.
Yeah.
It'll work all night long and never again for like weeks. So we put it there. Nothing really happened. And I adjusted to be a little bit more sensitive. And I put the K2 there, and I found out there was a router underneath. There was a wireless router there on the bottom floor that was traveling up. I'm like, well, that's why your REM pods are going nuts. It's because the EMF down there is pinned to the wall.
So let's get back to your investigations. Now you're doing the YouTube videos and everything. Where are you heading to? What's your next location?
It would be
Other than the museum?
it would be My Haunted Manor, I believe is next, with medium Bianca Rose and Shannon Collins.
All right.
We're gonna be working with them.
All right. So are you hooking up with any other YouTubers or that are out there in the paranormal field? What's the end goal here? You know?
I mean, you want to work with the best of the best, right?
Well, we do want to work.
I'm right here.
Yeah, we got them.
We do want to work with everybody and network, but we also like people to know that we're putting in our own work and we're not using other people's names to push ours.
Okay, that's fair.
And because I know there is at some point you'll get to a point where you would like to work with a bigger name team to keep broadening your audience, but you don't want to use their name just to piggyback on.
Right,
I want
right.
people to know that we put in the work, lost sleep over it, driving 12, 14 hours to a location. And it's like, oh, well, they're just getting stuff handed to them. Like I said, it's like when we met up with Rob and got like this opportunity.
Right.
It's just like doors are opening, but Rob and you guys have seen the work that we've done to be willing to give us this opportunity. It's not like, oh, well, he just told you to bring us in. And you're like, well, see what happens.
Right.
You see the evidence that's like, no, they're honest and everything.
Tell you the truth, I mean, I feel people out, and
They
it's
threw
just
me a
not.
20.
Yeah. So, but Rob, I like his the way he approaches things and the way he works with people. And when he said that, I say, well, send me their links. Tell you the truth, I think I only saw maybe 2 minutes of your videos. All right.
Yeah.
It's that I want to know you, and get to know you. And it's not that, giving you this opportunity. It's okay, we're building a friendship. And that respect and that loyalty and that trust is more important to me than anything else.
And,
all right.
And that's what I would like to focus on. And I do stress this. What you see on our cameras is actually who we are. And I do stress that as much as possible. We don't try to fluff our numbers. We don't overreact to everything just to do that view. I'm here honestly as myself. I told you my stories. You can see it. And when I don't react, that it's like, oh, it's something small. But when I do react, everybody who watches our stuff knows it's real.
Right.
And it's not like, oh, somebody's just behind the camera closing doors. No, when you see me like jump up or take off, it's like, oh, Nick felt something.
Yeah. And here's the thing. I mean, you're going to have your naysayers out there. All right. And they're not going to believe everything that you experience is really happening. And you can't force them to experience it. But as long as that's what you experienced and you capture those emotions on camera, I mean, I think that's great, and you can't put somebody down for, diving deep into it and showing what you're experiencing. I think that's really cool.
Yeah, and just from like the content creation side, it's we try to make it like to where the videos almost kind of make you feel like you're there and like relatable to us. And that's what like Nick said, it's like, this is our personality. So like at Paracons, like when we meet people, they're like, you're exactly how you are in videos. We're like, yeah, that's not an act. Like that's actually us.
Yeah. Yeah.
And I think that's why, like, not to toot our own horn or anything, but like why we've been successful so far in the short amount of time.
And you can't be serious all the time. Like we joke around all the time. But when it's time to get serious, like when we go to haunted locations and we do things like with Rob and everything, we're having fun.
Because it is fun. It's fun to be at these places with, your friends. But like you said, like there's times to be serious. There's times to be like to have fun.
Right.
Like,
And there's not, and people see that, oh, that's not how we really investigate, We're doing this with a bunch of people, right? And just trying to have a good experience, paranormal or not paranormal. It's just that, we're building, that friendship. People get to know you for who you really are, and that's who we are when we go on these investigations.
Yeah.
We do bring our style of investigating in there, but we have fun.
And bond quickly.
Oh, yeah.
Because you got to trust each other.
Yes.
So it's
trauma
getting,
bond.
we've been doing this for about 50 minutes. You guys got a rare opportunity to come to the museum. I don't know when you guys found out, but what are you guys looking to get out of tonight? What is your, you got the opportunity. What are you guys looking to get out of this tonight?
Being somewhere that pushes you out of your comfort zone, mainly because very few people do have the ability to experience something like this. You go to some of these other places that you can rent out and investigate. People make the story that they've ran into demons, demonics. but they're never there. It's very, very rare you ever run into one. So to actually witness what that true power is and the difference in the energy and the pressure, to have something to be like, yeah, you're not lying when you say it, because I've experienced that real feeling. So that's kind of what I want to get out, is to know what that other end of the spectrum feels like and to witness it, so I have something to base my answers.
Okay, that's fair.
May I suggest, any physical activity response will be great, but when you walk in 10 feet in, don't talk to anyone, but notice yourself. Do you feel eyes on you or not? Do you feel like you're being read, searched in your mind and your physical body? Is there something nearby? I don't want to feed you, but I'm just saying, observe the activity that you don't see.
Well, and that's the point that I'm saying, is that when you go into these bigger places, like the insane asylums, just your prisons or anything like that, you do get those feelings, but it's like, oh, what are you doing here? Compared to like this, where you, like you said, you get that reading, there's somebody like almost a physical mental attack to you that, like you said, that you don't witness, and to see how your psyche reacts to it. And that's what I want to have, that basis, that when somebody does tell me, and it's like, oh yeah, there's something really negative, demonic in there, I want to go in and be like, there's nothing in here. I know what that feels like, and that's not in there.
And there may not be any activity. We've had them pull rank on that. So you just never know. But don't, you know what to do in there. But I'm just saying, observe inside your body and your mind, as well as what you're physically seeing.
Is that how it works for you? Like,
because I can pick up on
time when we filmed you, and the things that you're experiencing, we see it on our equipment.
Which time? Which we
were just talking about that earlier on. Remember, with the SLS camera, like,
yes. Yes. Okay. When I was telling where the spirit was.
Right. But it's there. We can see it in front of you, and it's you're saying it's approaching me, and we see the stick figure coming towards you. What are you laughing for?
Just laughing.
No, I know what you're saying now. I don't know how I do it, but I read information. In other words, vibrations.
Right.
What I didn't know, I was learning in my apartment when I had this situation back in 40 years ago. In the 9 months I had to deal with it alone. Okay. And I learned, without knowing it, to read where it was in the doorway in my bedroom every morning. And I could tell down, suddenly it wasn't there. And I looked to my left on the floor, and it would bang, and the dust would come up from the wood. And I learned to read its vibration to where it was. And I didn't know I was learning that, but I learned that. So I can tell where they are.
What you were experiencing at the Shanley Hotel, right?
Yeah.
Does it mean that what you were experiencing there was connected from, to the hotel, or was that something from your past that was still trying to?
No, I was using something I learned to locate a spirit. Then when I locate the spirit, I tune into its vibration. Is it good? Is it bad? Is it angry? Is it happy? Is it not even see me? Am I going to have an involvement or not? And can I reach out to it? Do I want to reach out to it? Am I protected enough?
But they reached out to you.
Yeah, well, if it started, I could tell where it came in the room and where it was, because I was the only one in there in the dark.
No, we were in there with you.
Well, I was sitting in the chair alone.
In the corner.
Right.
And
then I could tell where it was and where it came near me. And then I could tell it was like on my back and the tingling and all like that.
Where did it come from?
And it came from, what's the name of that room? Where we do the third floor? Adam's room. There's like a window in there that's covered over, and he goes right in the corner of the wall. He came through that corner of the wall, like slipped it. He literally slided in.
Well, it started with the light coming out from underneath the door.
Yeah.
And it came towards you.
Right.
But we saw the light, but everything else that we didn't see, you were seeing. But only thing that we saw
Well,
from the
my eyes were
SLS camera
closed.
was that stick figure coming towards him
Yeah.
and got on top of him.
And that's enough
And
of that.
did things
And
that
that's
we weren't
enough of that.
we weren't ready for.
PG audience. But
Earmuffs.
I was in the dark and I had my eyes closed. I don't know why, but now I'm thinking about it.
Well, you should
My-
have had your eyes closed.
my
when it comes
eyes-
towards you.
My eyes were closed, but I could
Shame.
see where it was coming from.
Yeah,
Vibration.
you like
It could have been shame.
enough
It
of
was probably shame.
But I think like going back to you were asking me like what do we want to get out, and I want to add on to kind of like what Nick's saying is like this is Ed and Lorraine's like life work.
right.
I think that's my biggest thing is like growing up, like I knew who Ed and Lorraine Warren were, and like the reason that we're here and doing this is because of them.
Well, and that's another nice thing that's kind of a gift to you because you're going historical, paranormal grounds,
Mhm.
proven grounds.
Well, you're looking at over 72 years. I mean, NESPR now, over 72 years, you know, we've been doing this under NESPR. I mean, what Ed and Lorraine had started, we're still doing it. What other paranormal groups out there that are still active could say, still doing it 72 years later?
And we got 3 items for the museum just in the past 2 weeks. Now we have to investigate them. We have to get their history. We have to talk to the past owners before we can put it in the museum because everything has to be authenticated. So it's a long process. But it's as far as what we do in the museum, it's very much an operation for education.
All right. So, do you guys, Chris, Wade, do you want to go down there and open up the museum?
Let us go open it, turn everything on. Give us 5 minutes.
Is there enough time?
5 minutes. That's how long it's going to take.
Take a call.
Oh, by the time I get up, yeah,
Take a call.
Take a call.
All right. Give the phone number, Chris.
Yeah, hold on.
And then we're going to sit here and wait for a phone call to come in. What do you think, Rob?
Yeah, I'm just trying to figure out. So we're like going down there live.
Oh, you're taking your phone with you down there. We're going live. I'm going to stay up here. I'm going to monitor you guys from up here. I think you're going to go down there with Wade first.
I can come back up.
Oh, I forgot. We got Danny from Get Haunted.
Yes.
Pop in. Let everybody see you.
Just here, it's not a
I
ghost.
think, I think why don't we do what we did the last time? Me and you will stay up here. We'll let Wade go down with Rob, and everybody else can go down and you can videotape with your phone.
I'll intervene when I need to intervene.
And,
you stay
We'll
connected down
open
there.
if you guys want to open the phone lines for a little bit and take some phone calls while me and
I had zero, and like I didn't think I was going down in there, but okay. Hey, that battery pack and the charger, the plug when we go down. Don't.
well, you guys will have a minute.
Yeah, we're gonna have we'll be back.
Go,
like
go open it up and the lights on.
Get the lights on.
And that charger.
Tell them what.
Oh, did you get the phone number off, Chris?
I just put it up.
Yeah,
on the
yeah,
screen.
just-
All right, so guys, if you want to call in, the number is 203-615-2714. We're open to phone calls. It could be questions that you have for paranormal theory. It could be questions that you have for Rob, or it could be questions that you have for myself. The lines are open. It's a free-for-all. Anybody could call. It could be any subject that you want to ask us, any question. Are you open for that, Rob?
Well, I'm open. I'm open for it.
You guys open for that?
Make yourself.
Sounds good.
All right. What are you doing?
Put a bit different layout there. Chris was just an empty window. So make everybody.
Oh, you put a different layout in there. Oh, we got a phone call coming in.
Oh,
Shoot. Is your speaker on?
Yeah, we're gonna find out. Welcome to Seekers of the Supernatural. Oh wait, my speaker shut off.
Yeah,
Hold on.
that's what I was saying.
Hold on 1 second.
hold on.
Hello.
Spencer.
What's your name?
Spencer.
Hey, Spencer. Welcome to the show.
Hey, thank you.
What do you got for us?
So I have a question for any of you guys, really. What is the most demonic case you guys have experienced?
Oh, want me to take? I'll take
Yeah,
that
that's
first
a good
one.
one.
That's all you, man.
Yeah. The one that I experienced was I had a client up in New York State, and She was dealing with something demonic. She would come under possession in the middle of the night sometimes, or it could be during the day. She would come under possession. What she was doing the scribing
Mm.
and the Reiki, and she was leaving herself open.
That,
All right,
yeah,
she didn't know how to shut that door, but she attracted something negative towards her, and this demon possessed her. And her husband would tell me while she's sleeping at night that her hand will just be moving, crazy during the middle of the night, and then these voices that were coming out of her from different languages she'll be speaking and everything. And her religion was Pentecostal, and her husband wasn't really sure about us how we approach things through the Catholic faith. And so we went up to New York and we, had a discussion with him and his wife. And we decided that she needed the exorcism performed. So we were trying to get her to come down to the church. And that took a while to build that strength for her to even come to the church. So we finally got her to the church. And this is a traditional Catholic church. And once she entered the church, and we weren't expecting this. The priest was already in his office because he was going to conduct an interview with them together. But then we were supposed to have the exorcism performed at the altar in front of the church. So as soon as she entered the church, she became possessed. Her eyes rolled up in the back of her head, and we're sitting in the church, in the pews and everything, waiting for them to come out after the interview, but it never got there. As soon as she got into the office with the priest, we just heard things being thrown around, and I see the priest running from one side of the church to another side of the church. He was getting all the stuff that he needs for the exorcism. He had to perform the exorcism right there in his office.
Yeah. Oh, wow.
And so we could hear this all happening inside of his office. And he comes out like an hour later in front of to us in front of the church. And he was telling us that it's bad, that this demon has its claws in her. And it's going to take multiple exorcisms to get this out of her.
So that was like a full-on possession.
That was a full-on.
Not like oppression and all that kind of
No,
stuff.
full-on possession. And then we had to get her back out to the car before they could go back to New York. And I walk in the back into his office to get her, and her eyes are still rolled up in the back of her head. And all you saw was just the whites of her eyes, and she's shaking. So we had to get them back out into the car, and they had to drive all the way back to New York. And her husband told me it took about maybe 2 hours for her to come back. That was my first experience with somebody under possession, which led to other exorcisms at that church. But just to see how the demonic takes over somebody's body, and to see that evil, I'd never seen anything like that before. I wish that on nobody.
Yes.
To experience that. But that's the work that we do. I mean, a lot of people don't hear these stories about, possession, and that we're still working with the church. It doesn't happen all the time.
Yes.
But just to see that and experience that, I don't think I ever want to experience that ever again. But the line of work that we're in, these are the things that we battle. And, we have to see it. We have to witness it. We have to lean back on our faith to help this client. But it does. It takes a toll on me. It takes a toll on everybody that's involved.
Yeah.
And it breaks you down. It really does break you down emotionally. Even the case that we're working on now, it emotionally breaks you down because you dive in so deep. And sometimes you're open yourself to be vulnerable.
Sure do. Without knowing it.
You got to catch yourself when to back away and says, you know what, I need a break from this. I just can't do it. There's so many times where I say I just want to walk away and I don't want to do this anymore. But when I say that, we get more calls. We got another call for another case. And it just kind of like just pushes us back into it. but we do it because we like helping. We like that. We like helping people.
Yeah, there are
you
people
know,
that actually need that help.
that need that help. You know, and like I said, we don't talk about all these cases to the public.
Yes.
You know, a lot of it's private, but these are the things that we experience. And you know, evil is real. It is. You know, demons are real. The devil is real. God is real. We've experienced it. Doesn't mean that you experienced it. It's people that we're talking to right now. But I'm just telling you from our experience that we've seen the devil.
Well,
We've seen their demons.
and that's why.
Oh, I forgot you were on the phone.
Yeah, I was about to-
Wow.
Spencer,
I'm sorry.
Thank you,
It's all right.
Spencer.
I appreciate you having me on. I've been a fan of the Warrens and all of you guys for years. I grew up, well, where I live, and growing up, I live in one of the most haunted cities in the U.S.
Okay.
So-
Have you experienced anything that I was just talking about, or have you seen anything?
Oh yeah. I live in Williamsburg, Virginia, and this is kind of where the United States started.
Sure.
We have a lot of history here going back to the Revolutionary War and the Civil War. And there's this house near me called the Peyton Randolph House. And it's had over 30 deaths in it.
Where
And
did that come up
and
today?
some people say it's one of the most haunted places in the U.S. I do ghost tours. And I was out there one night, and anytime somebody takes a picture, I've taken pictures and the whole camera has been blurred. And on ghost tours, I'm not the only one who says this or has seen this. We will get pictures back with just blur. And you can't, and sometimes the picture will be normal. Sometimes they'll have full faces in the windows. And I've also smelled a perfume smell around there. And other people have smelled it and think it's a woman that died in the house. And the smell comes and goes. And my dad and I were ghost hunting out there around 3 a.m. And that was the first time we smelled it. And we both freaked out because we had never experienced anything like that before.
Wow.
So
And
I've experienced smells. I've heard like loud slammings. The house is a museum, so it's not open at night, so you can't go in at night. But I'll be out there, and you'll hear furniture slam, and security have actually quit their jobs over this house. So
Yeah. I got one thing. Rob just reacted to that location.
Someone brought it up earlier today.
yeah, I brought it up earlier in the chat.
No, not in the chat. Earlier today, for some reason, during the day.
Serendipity.
Yeah, I have to go back and look through my emails. Someone brought that up. You didn't email today, did you?
No, I didn't.
It's so weird.
That is weird. It's not like it's a big. I mean, it's a touristy spot. But it's not like
Like
famous
somebody, I think,
It's kind of
sent it
ironic.
over. I'll have to go look later.
You're
But
supposed to know
Oh
that
yeah,
for the
it's
future.
famous.
great.
All right. So you're gonna set something up for you to go out there.
Yeah, we're
It
gonna have to.
doesn't happen
Yeah.
just like
Yeah.
this.
You can set up to come out there. And,
Well, send some information to Rob.
Yeah. Great.
okay.
Do us a favor. Send us your information to what do you want to do? What email do you want to send it to?
Lawrence Paracon.
Send it to warrensparacon@gmail.com,
Okay.
and we'll send that over to Rob, and we'll get you guys connected somehow.
That sounds great. Thanks for having me on. I really appreciate all of you guys.
Oh,
Thanks for
Spencer.
your
Thanks for
input.
calling.
Thanks,
Appreciate
No
it.
problem.
Thank you.
God bless.
God bless. Wow, that was pretty cool.
That's crazy.
So the museum's all set up. It's all ready to go.
Looks like you're going to Williamsburg or
I'm
wherever, Virginia.
yeah, we might. Yeah, we'll find our way down in Virginia.
Yeah. All right, guys. I'm gonna set you guys off to the museum with
Okay.
Wade.
Are you all
Wade,
set to go?
do the blessing
Yeah,
before
yeah.
they enter the museum, please.
Yes.
I'm gonna shut this.
No, leave it on.
No, I know, but just while I walk down
No,
the stairs.
leave it on.
Okay.
But you can film towards
Just in case you
the
trip down the
forest
steps.
or the sky,
Yeah, we want to see you fall down the stairs.
Yeah,
Not
well,
the
that's
whole-
okay.
not
But
the
let
whole
me.
experience.
or just cover the lens for 20 seconds.
You don't have to.
Okay, I just.
Sorry, if you want to
what I
clear it
need
up.
to do is.
Don't touch nothing, because if you get offline and you know,
Yeah, I just need to flip the camera.
Danny, I want you to come sit down at this chair over here.
I'm
Yeah.
sitting here.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Ladies and gentlemen, this
Put
is
yourself in front of the
Danny.
camera. There
So
you go.
we're moving
Oh.
over to you. There you go.
Can I use the bathroom real quick?
Okay.
Sure.
Literally
What?
2 seconds.
Did he just literally say he's going to use the bathroom?
Yes.
Yeah. So you-
Well, I didn't know if we were gonna get
Go, go, go! Hurry up. Or I'm
Put
coming
the
in.
mic, put the mic next to the camera.
He
To the
doesn't-
bathroom.
Let's go listen to him pee.
Spooky dookie.
Oh
boy.
so you're gonna film? No, he's gonna film in the museum, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Well, he's going live. This is all
We're
live
just-
down
we're
inside the
staying-
Am I
museum.
going with or am I
Staying,
staying
brother.
here? What am I doing?
what would you like to do?
What would I like to do?
Yeah.
I'd like to see the museum at some point, but if I need to stay here, I'll stay here.
Why do you take Danny off?
I'm gonna put her back on.
Oh.
I'm gonna put her name on.
Yeah, it's just changing.
Settle down.
Surprise guest.
All right, guys. Tune in. We're going down into the museum.
Do you want to go with them? You can go with
Yeah.
them, or you can stay.
Well, we're gonna send her down there after.
Okay.
Oh, God.
Okay, that works.
I just
Of
don't
course,
want-
you have to walk there by yourself.
Right. I don't want too many people down there. I think I'm gonna have her go down in the museum with these two, paranormal Nick and Ryan. So we did, you three guys, gals in the museum.
So
Okay.
so you got 3 of them in the museum, right? I'm not gonna go in.
You're going in.
Yeah,
What am I gonna do?
Hey, go in.
because you're the responsible person. in there.
Right.
Oh, here. You guys need this?
Responsible person. All right, we're doing it.
Listen, when we have people at the museum, we don't let anybody in
No, he's right.
without one of us in there. So,
He's very right.
um,
All right.
Okay, so
I'm
we're
taking I'm going off mute here.
And Wade, act appropriate down there.
Yeah, we're going well.
Good, thank you for doing that. It's for privacy. Okay, sure.
Boy.
So-
All right, hold
so
on.
Ryan and Nick from Paranormal Theory
Oh,
are going down to the museum with.
Right.
I didn't see those stairs. I did not
Take
see.
your time down these steps. There's
Okay, hold up. All right,
are going
I
down-
There
gotta,
they go.
Nick and Ryan are going
There
from
goes
Paranormal
Wade.
Theory. Are going with Wade and Rob from Get Haunted down to the Warren's Occult Museum.
Oh, wait, please don't
Live.
fall.
Oh,
Oh, come on, just a
He's
little
so
bit, just a
sweet.
little trip.
Oh, why did Rob block the camera?
Rob,
I
come
think
on.
he's
come on,
very,
stop.
I was just trying not to bust my own ass here. I'm sorry.
I can't hear
Oh,
them.
look at,
Rob, can you talk? I'm not
Yeah,
hearing-
can you hear me?
Hold on.
wait.
Can you hear me?
You gotta unmute him.
No, he's unmuted.
Okay.
Can you hear me now?
Danny's not coming with
Hold on.
Danny, we'll tell him that we can't hear
So
Rob
come-
down there.
Stand right here
Okay.
looking at the museum. I'm gonna touch you back.
This is why we can't hear.
Hold on, they cannot hear me.
Wait a minute. Wait a minute. Wait.
Yeah, they can't hear him because of the.
I didn't have the mic on the speaker. Let's see if that does it. Let me see.
I'm gonna.
No.
The host has muted my mic. Check, 1, 2, check. Can you hear me?
Are you going in or what are you doing?
I was told to.
Can you guys hear me?
Yeah, we got you.
Okay,
Okay.
all right, we're good.
Perfect.
And stop muting me.
And then put your back to me and look at the museum. I'm gonna bless you real quick.
Okay, look at the museum.
Put your back to me.
Oh, like this, okay.
Yeah.
Y'all can hear me still, right?
Yeah, yeah. You're good.
Okay,
It's gonna take about 15 seconds.
Damn it.
All right, they're heading down.
Exciting.
It looks like they might parachute down.
we're good.
Yeah, it looks like-
Okay, going down.
All right, go boys.
Careful.
Rob, you go. I'll be behind you.
Okay, you're coming behind. All right, sounds good. All right.
And they have been blessed and they have been white lighted and sealed.
There goes Wade.
Welcome to the
They were
Warren
blessed already before they enter in the museum.
and white lighted and sealed.
And, oh, forgot you could hear me. And white lighted and sealed.
Wow.
Okay, welcome to the Warren Occult Museum. Do you want to take a moment and walk around on your own? Okay. Read the room.
Oh, thank you.
The the crazy Britney Spears, like the now, or
I'll even take that.
They can hear us on there.
I know.
Yeah, we can hear you.
How do you guys feel walking in there?
Like heart racing. Yeah. Like you just like ran up a flight of stairs, kind of.
Oh wow.
They went right to right
Right
there.
here, I get like a.
Well, mine's right.
Feeling.
Mine's right here in my chest. Yeah, I feel mine definitely in my chest.
And you're standing right in front of Annabelle.
Yeah.
Oh, there's so much in there.
That's good. You will maybe do a dinosaur. Right.
Was
Do
it
you
the
feel any observation towards you? Yeah, not yet. Okay. Do you feel any different frequencies as you walk the room? Very heavy, right here. Mm-hmm. As opposed to, is it all heavy, or is it a corner, or is it? Read the room. Yep. What was that? Yeah.
Yeah.
That's all I know. I'm gonna pass out. Yeah. So your feet got hot. So yeah, but you're conscious now. The blood's flowing. Yeah.
If you feel like you're gonna faint, let me know.
Yeah.
Walk
That's
outside
it.
the museum.
That's good that you go outside. I gotta go. He's walking. I gotta go with him.
Yeah, I guess we got to check and make sure Ryan's good.
Right, Rob, follow him out. Just
Yep.
make sure he's
Remember what?
Okay. And you put your head down.
wow.
That didn't take long.
That didn't take long at all.
On the shoulder.
You good?
You know, they target.
Yeah.
Sorry, I'm just gonna. Okay, let's see the same. Now lift up your head.
Ryan. Has this ever happened to Ryan before at any other of his locations?
that I'm
No,
aware of?
no.
No, this is Nick talking. No, he's never really experienced anything this heavy before to knock him out like this.
Okay.
They breathe in from the nose, out from the mouth. Oxygenate the brain. Okay? One more time. Now. You feel center? Yeah?
Just like tingly.
Yeah, that's fine. That's fine. You got drain. They'll do. See how they target you? Little less than 30 seconds. Okay? So for right now, you can go back in, but right now, stay here.
Yeah.
Okay? Get yourself centered. Okay?
Hey,
And,
Ryan. Ryan,
yeah.
how you feeling? Like, what are you feeling, Ryan?
Yeah, it's like I'm just gonna pass out. Do you have a pocket near your heart? Put that in there. Okay? And then push it against your heart. All right? And just sit there. Focus. Okay? That's called the draining. They literally target you and they suck your energy out of you in 30 seconds. So you can't walk.
Yeah.
You literally collapse in there.
Yeah.
Okay? But you're good. You were wise to start walking out. And then I saw you wobbling. And then that's why I had you sit down. Okay? You did such the right thing by going out because you protected yourself. Okay? How you doing? I'm fine.
I'm well covered, so I'm good.
Good. Use that and see how that manifests further out.
Yeah, but see, that's the thing is just that going into this, I learned to shield myself like that.
Right.
So Ryan goes in. He goes in going wrong because that's the joke, but he literally doesn't take any added precaution other than just centering himself. And as you see, it's not enough.
That's one thing is you can prepare yourself all you want, but until you face something, you don't understand the gravity.
Right. I have been to I don't even know how many places. I have never felt that. And I just personally, I get anxiety attacks. That was not an anxiety attack.
No, you were being drained. The energy is pulling out of your body.
Originally, I felt the throat, like something literally went like this.
Yeah.
And I mentioned it because we're good at that.
That's why I went to your heart.
Yeah, we'll always mention when those things happen. And then I remember almost blacking out. And I felt this rush go right to the bottom of my feet, like I was standing on hot coals.
Right.
I'm like, I need to get out of this.
Yeah.
And my heart's still racing, but it's like coming back in.
Then you walk down here,
Yep.
and then you started wobbling, like you were going to fall.
So it felt like I was gonna fall.
Yeah, that's called a draining. And it's not the first time. And the best thing you did was to do what you did: walk out.
Yeah.
Remove yourself from the situation, and see how your personality and your emotions have come back. Okay, still stay there another minute.
Yeah.
You could go in if you want or not. There's no hero. Okay, I call it wisdom. So if you feel vulnerable, etc., go up in the house. We'll get you some energy in your food intake, and that would maybe be the best. But if you still want to go back in, I'll be there with you.
Yeah.
And you're not alone. And Rob's here, and that is called a draining, when a inhuman demonic will literally suck the energy out of your body in 30 seconds. And you don't know when it first happens until you start to lose balance.
I'm gonna apologize. I'm shaking. I am shaking. It's so friggin' cold. I think that's what it is.
It doesn't bother me. You're good though. Your energy's good.
I'm perfectly fine.
All right. You want to sit out here a little bit longer?
Yeah. I'm just kind of. Yeah, water.
I don't have it. No, not that water. Actually, drinking water. Well, that'll swallow. That'll straighten you up. Well, that'll help him in a certain way.
Yep,
that's what I'm saying. Yeah. Okay.
Hey, Rob, you want to go back in there with Nick right
Nick.
now?
Yeah, we'll go in.
Yeah, good.
Yeah, thanks. Sure.
You are.
Appreciate it. All right, we're back, Nick.
Yep.
We're in.
Well, Ryan.
It's office, but
So Ryan was over here, and this is where he said he felt the pressure that something was kind of draining him here.
so what do you think? If I was going to guess,
Oh, hold on. I got to point this out, Rob.
go ahead.
Remember when we were at the Paracon? Look who's here.
Oh,
The chef?
Oh.
No, the idol's here. Ryan got drawn to this when we were at the Paracon, and Rob and I actually had to pull him off of it.
yeah, that's
He
true.
was literally getting like sucked into it almost. So something's connecting to him. Yeah.
That's the shadow doll there, but that was where
That one?
Rob just had it was a satanic idol. That's
Yes.
what they're saying. Ryan was attracted towards that idol right there at the.
He was
Yeah.
at the Paracon. We had to.
He felt sick right in front of that idol.
Yes.
Oh.
He literally had his back to it, and that's where he started like feeling that hot cold. And I mean, it makes sense. I mean, like to me, I know like my hands are tingling, but that's my rings are picking it up. That's my
Yeah.
rings are blessed.
Lori brings up a really good point too. When we were here the first time, she was grabbed
Mm-hmm.
in the same exact spot.
Yeah. So I think that's what happened to Ryan. He got back into this viewing of this idol, and I think it tried to get him again. Okay. Hey, Ryan. This is where you are.
Well, we know where it came from. So I know where it came from. Well, we were just talking about it. So I want to kind of tell the camera this was, and we're allowed to tell the stories in this museum, right? Like,
Well, it happened here.
yeah, like, it's not news. So I felt fine until I walked past Annabelle and immediately felt like something just grabbed my throat, and I said it like on the live and to you.
Yep.
And I was telling him like we're good at saying like we're good at mentioning how we feel.
Yes.
I felt that, and then I got to about right where you're standing, and the best way I can put this feeling was, I'm going to take everything from you.
Mm-hmm.
And then it was like this just rush of adrenaline from my neck where I felt it down to like my feet.
Yeah.
That's the best way I can explain that.
That's called training.
I've never felt that before. I've never been affected like that before in a location ever.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I've never seen you like that before. I mean, we've gone to some places where like we'll sit there and you can start getting like wobbly in your feet, but I've never seen him like almost drop like that. He said he had a pain near his heart, tightness in his heart, and so I brought the holy water over.
Mm-hmm.
But do you see how they target you from your vulnerable area.
Yeah.
As far as level of faith, they know it already.
Yeah.
You see how they did that?
Mhm.
And they drained you within 20 seconds.
Well, also too, like you said, it's also a mental attack, but also physical. With Ryan, with like the anxiety and everything, that stems
it
from
knows, like what gets me going. Like
Yeah.
when my heart starts racing.
Yeah.
I don't like that.
he starts to panic. So that's the
How do
thing.
you feel now, Ryan?
What's that?
How do you feel now?
Like 90%.
Okay.
My feet still kind of like have that like clammy feeling to them, but
Are your knees
kind of
shaking
all.
right now? Do you feel
Punch
like your
yourself
knees
to the ground. And his personality's back.
Yeah.
His judgment is back. His vulnerability is gone for the most part. Okay.
Yeah.
The ego always gets kicked in here.
Oh yeah.
Okay.
Just clear it there?
Yes, I did.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Well, so that'll leave.
All right.
Yeah.
How do you feel being back in here?
I feel like I had to do it.
Good for you.
But
Yeah.
but now here's the thing: do you feel that same pressure like when you came in, or is it
A little bit, but not like that.
okay?
Like it's more down here.
Do you, and I hate to use these earth words, do you see how they preyed on you, target you?
Yeah.
Out of the three of us and said, you're the one I'm going to attack. See how they're not nice?
Yeah, and we've seen some of these items at the Paracon.
Right.
And I felt nothing.
So when we do major blocking of energies at the Paracon.
Yeah.
That's why we had the stanchions, and then we like 3 times a day do 2 or 3 rituals that Miss Warren taught me to keep energies back.
Yeah.
So where they
So-
almost can't get a reading.
Yeah, my phone literally just locked itself. So if you saw me have to move my phone because I had to tilt it to get my thumbprint back on it. But like,
You're good still, Rob. And
Okay,
you guys
good.
want to start taking out some equipment.
Yeah, don't forget you're here to do stuff.
Yeah, we're gonna.
Here, I have a backpack. Oh, that's Rob's backpack.
Yeah, I got Rob's here.
And you have a red light on your chest. What's that?
That's my heater.
oh, he's heated up.
Yeah, my heater vest.
I need
Um,
to go. It's-
You want me to go?
Hey,
Or no?
wait,
You want me to go out there?
I just had to ask you something real quick.
Oh yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Did you bring
Hey,
anything again?
Well, our
Hey,
stuff's
Rob.
out on the truck.
Okay.
Rob,
Yeah.
can you close the door in the museum, please?
You know what?
Close that door.
Yeah.
Close the door.
Oh, you're complaining you're cold and the door is open.
Yeah, I know,
But
but
it's just kind
Bro.
of funny. It's just like now we're the only ones in the museum.
yeah.
Just be in the museum, at least you're not cold with that door open.
His phone got
Yeah.
weird.
Yeah, sorry. No, we were just laughing because they told us to close the door to keep the heat in, and I was like, "You just realized you just left us."
We didn't. Sorry, we didn't think of that. Now he says Rob has some equipment in his bag.
I do.
And
Yeah.
I'll
I
take the
just
camera, Rob.
wasn't. Yeah, but it's going to give you a hard time. Yeah. Okay.
But
I don't have to touch things.
There, here. Let me hold the
No,
camera.
here, just hold
Their
that for a
their
minute.
equipment is going to take. They're going to come back in here later, and it'll be on YouTube.
Yeah.
Yes.
I mean,
Okay.
I didn't really bring a lot because I didn't know this was happening.
Okay, and then when you get a moment, look what I just did. I don't know what I did.
Yeah. Okay. Give me a moment.
I've never felt it.
There you go.
You can't make this stuff up. We're live.
If you want to do a
Talk louder.
Well, no, I was just kind of just telling
Yeah, we were
him.
just a side conversation. Like, he was saying that he's never. How long have you known me?
Well, just going 15 years.
For 15 years, he's never seen me like that. And
Yeah.
we've gone on. I don't know, like with Paranormal Theory, we've had like what 12 to 14 videos or something, plus what we did before that, and just like our hobby stuff. So we've
Exactly.
probably gone over like 50 investigations together.
Mhm.
And he's like, I've never seen you take a hit like that.
Yeah, I've never seen him get like I've seen us like get woozy, just kind of watching the room kind of get sway, but watching him almost drop is kind of uncharacteristic. So that's kind of weird.
Well, just know that they can do that.
Mhm.
As you know now know.
Yeah.
So another, you know what to do as far as kind of how to prevent it.
hmm
Okay.
I feel a lot better.
Mhm.
Yeah. Good.
With stuff.
They don't want to approach you.
Yeah, and like I said, the best way to explain that feeling was like pure evil.
Okay,
That's a way to explain it.
do your stuff.
All right.
Go ahead. And may I remind you that you are less than 2 feet from the shadow doll.
Yeah.
One of the strongest items in here is kind of waiting. Just saying, if you want to start somewhere. Okay.
So just so everybody knows, what was that sound? Did you hear that sound?
Yeah.
The hell was that?
It was over here.
Yeah.
You're gonna get that.
So
But no, that sounded like a friggin' voice.
I want to ask a question here.
Help the picture or not?
Is whatever entity attacked me in this museum? Can you answer yes or no?
Move 3 feet. Move 3 feet to your right. Go to where the red carpeting is. Now ask the question.
Okay.
No, I don't
Is
know.
the entity that attacked me in this museum? Yes or no? You can use this device right here that's in Nick's hand.
The device he's holding, just so everybody knows, is called the Epic Box. It's thank you, Nick. It's made by Ghost Gear Tech. It's one of my favorite pieces.
Ask again with no one else talking. Address it.
To the spirit that attacked Ryan, are you in this museum? Yes or no?
I don't like that corner.
That's a form of the response. Nothing. Because if it's not here, it would not respond no. So it is here, and it's tricky. And remember, everything they say is not true. It's the lie. It's the demonic. Okay, they don't like us because we have a path to God. They wanted to destroy that. So they're here to play with your mind, to trick you, to drain your body.
I get that. Like it feels like in this corner, like it's trying to do it again, but it can't.
No. Why?
It feels like it's trying to.
Because now you're aware.
Yeah.
And you know the tactic.
But it's something about this area.
Yeah, I know. I know right where it's coming from.
It's as soon as I stepped to that carpet, because I was standing there when it happened.
It's a gathering of energy, not specific on an item, but they've kind of ganged up over here. There's like 3 of them. And they're ready to do that again for you.
Well, here's the thing. It doesn't help that electric ball in here is just constantly pumping energy into the room.
Or you also have the satanic idol that's right here. The ritual that was used in a
that they drank the human blood out of the skull. Yes, that was a sacrifice there. Everywhere, like I said, everywhere you turn, there is a item that has been used for cursing or satanic rituals to propagate that cause. So the energy is what you're feeling. That's why you're so opposite that.
Yeah, and I can say without a doubt, I've never felt a room like this. This is completely different.
If I ask you, you look different. If
I ask you to dissect that, just word different, what else would you say?
Evil.
How about unearthly?
Yeah.
So you're getting a lot of vibrations you're getting a lot of vibrations around you, which your body can't identify because they're different frequencies that are not of Earth. The beings are inhuman; they've never walked on Earth.
It's a fight or flight response.
Yeah. Yeah. But that's why your body's trying to define what's happening and it's getting confused. There's no records for it. I want to see if I feel different away from that corner. Yeah, I wouldn't recommend you go down that corner.
I don't like it.
I feel completely different here.
Yeah, that's the weirdest thing, dude.
Hey, Dan's not gonna. Where'd Dan go? He best not come flying through a door.
No, don't.
No, he's not.
No, I'm right
Okay.
here. Right now.
I'm not kidding. I'm gonna say this to the camera. I feel completely different here than in that corner. Like I feel like myself right here. In that corner, I do not feel like myself.
Well, why don't you guys do like an EVP session or a
Sure.
spirit box session?
Yeah, we can do an EVP set. I brought my recorder. They didn't bring their recorder, so I got my recorder. They didn't know. We're gonna.
All right, we're gonna do something later, so
Yeah. So where do you want to do an EV? Where do you guys
I would
think?
say right here.
Okay. So
Put it right here.
something's there.
Place it.
Something's in that area.
we have. No, I don't want the recorder on it. So I want you to hold it. I need you to, since you're being the most. It's rolling right now.
Oh man.
Wow.
Rob,
Rob's
can you hear
camera
us?
just froze.
Okay.
Oh,
How about now?
you're good.
All right, we're rolling now. Let's do it.
Okay, they've got a DR60 running, and we're going to be super quiet and go.
Can whatever attacked me identify itself? In the name of Jesus Christ, identify yourself.
Yes. No. No. No.
To the spirit to my left, what do they call you?
All right. Wow, you know how to use this?
Yeah.
Okay.
What kind of ghost hunter would I be if I didn't know how to use a DR60?
Guys, the weirdest thing when I heard when you guys finished that was like a heartbeat.
I heard it sound like it was coming from back here though.
Was it here?
Really?
Like it was coming from in here.
Oh wow.
Yeah, probably mine.
I need movement over
Yeah.
here.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And we
What?
decided.
Now, before we replay that, what did you think about using in the name of
I thought it was
Jesus Christ?
brilliant. You were led to do, I think that's wonderful.
Yeah.
That was great. Absolutely.
I honestly feel better in this corner now that I said that.
Yeah, you can feel the energy's different.
Yeah.
And we had movement back here with the, just beyond the mannequin.
I thought it was coming from the box. I thought it went.
Yeah.
Well, I believe it or not, I thought I heard like a tap.
Yeah, you did it twice.
Yeah.
That's why I was like looking at it.
Yeah, and that's why I was like,
And then Wade decided to tap me on the back.
oh,
I almost shit
Unfortunately, it didn't
myself.
fly away yet.
Okay. All right. I'll play this here. That's going to be a long one.
It's rolling right now. Everybody knows. Yeah. Okay. Let's do it. Okay, here we go. Like our 60 running. We're going to be super quiet. Go. Can whatever attack me identify itself? No. In the name of Jesus Christ, identify yourself.
I'm getting a scratching in my
Wait, hold on.
no, two things.
I'm going back. I just
In
went.
the name of Jesus Christ, identify yourself.
It almost sounds like it says get back.
Three things.
Yeah, two or like three.
To the spirit, yes, yes. To my left, what do they call you?
Yeah.
What? You
No,
didn't say it loud.
I thought it said satanic
Satanic
like
idol.
Satan, like to try to pronounce what it was.
I heard idol.
I just went back 5 seconds. I think. Oh, maybe not.
Maybe.
I think I ended it.
But when I said in the name of Jesus Christ, I swear there's something that's like that.
Yeah, I
that
do
noise
hear
and then
that
it says
too.
something after it. But when you were asking about that, I swear I heard idol.
Yeah.
Okay, we'll put it on the computer
Yeah,
later. And
that-
we'll let it go. You want to do one more before we do whatever we're doing next?
We'll go back to the
Yeah,
studio.
we'll probably go back to the studio and then,
Do you want to try a different quarter? Like
you want to go
Try
near
Annabelle.
Annabelle? Okay.
I don't recommend you go back there.
Yeah.
I know the
I'm just grabbing my other recorder just in case.
Yeah. Respect and
No, that's okay. It's your night. Yeah, I did this already.
All right.
Nick, you're gonna do this one.
Yep.
All right, Nick, recorder's rolling. Take it. All right, we're rolling. We're doing another EVP session with Annabelle. Go ahead, Nick.
To find out if you're intelligent, what is your name of the doll in the case? Can you answer if it was you that attacked Ryan?
One more.
Is there something you want to say to us as a warning?
What does that sound? What do you
Yeah, I
hear that
hear it
sound?
too. Yeah.
I hear little clickings over
Yep.
here.
Yeah.
I thought that was one of you guys.
No, it sounded like somebody like struggling to swallow, or
Yeah.
it's like
Yeah, that's what it sounded like. Yeah.
Exactly. It's a good description of it, Rob.
yeah, it's a weird sound.
Yeah.
All right. I'm gonna play this one back and then yo.
To find out if you're intelligent, what is your name of the doll in the case? Can you answer if it was you that attacked Ryan?
Wow. I want to go back for a second.
Can you answer if it was you that attacked Ryan?
Yeah.
Hold on. Hold on.
If it was you.
One last time. I hear another weird sound.
Is there something you want to say to us as a warning?
Oh, was that Danny talking that I heard? I heard a female's voice.
That thing says I attacked him.
Yeah.
So I heard the tapping too, Kaylee. I don't know. I think we did enough.
Yeah.
Yeah, go ahead.
Danny wasn't speaking up here.
No.
While you guys were doing, nobody up here was.
Yeah.
Nobody said a word. I
No.
swear I heard personally, like in my ear, like out loud. I heard.
Hey,
Not
Rob,
yeah.
hey, could I ask a question while you're running the DR60 while you're in there?
Yeah. Where do you want me to be?
In front of me, Annabelle.
Of course.
Of course. Yeah, bro. Okay. All right, Ryan. We are rolling for Dan's EVP session with Annabelle.
Annabelle, are you mad at me because I let these people inside the museum? Do you want them to leave? Did you attack Ryan?
All right.
Go ahead.
Yeah, I couldn't. I didn't like that one. All right, let's go.
We are rolling for
All right, let me go back. I'm going to play that one with you.
That was aggressive. Whatever that was.
Yeah, we're going to put these on my phone when we get upstairs. That's pretty wild. You got this case, right? Can I have that case? Give me the case. Give me the case. All right. You guys can go first.
Oh, okay.
I don't know what's happening. There's a sidebar happening. You're okay, Ryan?
Huh?
You're okay?
Yeah.
Okay.
All right.
Nick, you're good?
I'll let you out and I'll close the door.
Okay. We're coming back.
All right, come on up.
Bed linens underneath the sheet, underneath everything. Go right back to the stack.
All right.
Okay.
Yeah.
After
I'm
you.
Okay. We're headed up.
We're coming up there, Dan.
All right.
Okay. How you feeling? I'm fine. I'm good. It's a little bit easier to keep your shit together when you're assigned a task.
Yeah.
Well, it's your phone. We need you.
I'm coming.
We're less than 30 seconds away.
We're almost there. Almost there. I'm gonna mute so that I don't go into echo chamber.
All right, they're coming up. They're in the door now.
How are you guys now?
Better.
Is it cold inside that museum?
Yeah, probably like 40.
Probably less than that. Bet you it's-
You're not done yet.
Oh, yeah, Danny turn. Danny turn.
Thank you, Rob, for filming and
Sure.
being the level-headed one in there.
All right, so what are we gonna do now, Rob? You gonna
Sorry.
play it back in there?
Play what?
The
recordings?
Yeah, the recordings.
Yeah, we can.
Well, hurry up.
What'd you
All
just
right,
say?
all right, everyone.
No, you're the level-headed one. I was like,
What's this? Your
I
battery
am
pack?
too.
Yeah, it's just
No,
to make sure.
yeah, they mind.
All right, guys,
Make your mind go blank.
we're still live, guys.
Yeah, we are live. We're still live. Okay. So this one was your
Speak nice and loud there,
Robert recording, Dano.
Your phone. Oh, there you go. Every time you flip it,
it keeps shutting itself off. So we'll play this one closer. You hear that?
Yeah.
That's a weird one to me.
Well, there was something after that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So there's some
Dan,
something going on.
Dan, do you recognize how they sometimes use the same voices?
I think.
I think that's how it comes through the recordings, like a DR60. I mean, it's gonna come through with that raspy sound, Or then again, you get a clear EVP that you would think it came through the DR60. It was in the environment inside that room.
Sonics have that same kind of like grit to them.
Yeah, but then there's sometimes you get a
it's
Class
shitty.
A EVP
Oh,
through there.
Yeah.
But I'm talking about the voice texture, the voice sound of the
Yeah, I
voice.
think it's the recorder, the way it comes
You
through
think
on the
so?
recorder. Yeah.
Yeah,
That's
it's
interesting.
old technology. So they a lot of them. So every now and then you get amazingly clear voices. What I like to do with this DR60 recordings is put them on the computer. Then you start looking deep. You magnify the
Right.
waveforms, and usually they're way back, and even you won't hear them on these little speakers. So there could be way more. We won't know until we really take a look at these.
That's interesting.
Yeah, it's wild. Some of my best ones were EVPs I would have just deleted, or
So-
recordings I would have just
Yeah.
deleted.
So Ryan, I mean, what do you think? I mean, you had as soon as you walked inside that museum, it didn't take long
No.
for it to affect you.
It was so when I walked in, I felt fine. I could feel like there was energy and all that because I can usually feel that when we go to any location. I'm like, okay, like this feels a little heavier than normal, all that kind of stuff.
Right.
And I got to about where Annabelle was, looked at her like in the eyes. And as soon as I looked away, it felt like something grabbed me like this. Like I felt the pressure of it, like right on the throat.
Okay.
And I said it out loud. I'm like, I felt like something is like grabbing my throat. And then I remember you saying, you're like, yeah, it's like a different feeling. And I kept walking and I was in front of like where the satanic idol is, around where the shadow doll on the red carpet. And I just felt like a rush of blood go from my throat right to my feet. And I'm like, I'm going to pass out.
Right.
And I walked outside. And once I like sat down, I had to, you know,
And you didn't realize you were in front of the satanic idol.
No, if you didn't notice
no,
that.
Right.
I was out of it. By the time I like mentioned, I'm like, I got to kind of get out of here. From the walk to the door, I don't really like.
And it,
Like he literally like put his head down and kind of like bull charged out.
Yeah,
And when he was going out the door, he was wobbling like
it was that was
swinging
tough.
left
That
and
was
right.
kind of hard for me to watch. But at any point today, did you think that something like that could or would happen to you? Like, did you at any point today?
I mean, we're
Like, were you worried about it?
We're-
Was this a thought?
we're in like quite.
I know,
public,
I
you
know,
what
I
mean?
know.
Yeah,
It's a lot.
it was a thought. Like I
it
know
can be
like
a
it's
mind
possible.
Yeah.
but that was a very physical. That was kind of. I did not like watching.
But did you said you experienced something at the Paracon with the satanic idol?
So what I was bringing that up because
Yeah.
people don't, we didn't post anything about it. So Rob took us into the museum,
yeah.
you know, just kind of just walking through and introducing us to people. Ryan was looking at the satanic idol and he was literally in trance.
Yeah, for way
Like,
too long.
and it wasn't long, but it was long enough to know that you were fixated on it. Like you were leaning into it, and Rob's like, "Yo, you got to pull him from him." So
Wow.
we pushed him back, and he's just like, "Oh, okay, I'm good," and walked away. It was just like, "No, that thing was calling out to
Yeah,
you."
you were in there.
Yeah, that doesn't surprise me at all.
Mhm.
I've heard that before, and I've heard
I
that
just
before.
wanted to look at it.
Yes. Well, yeah, I could. I'm not going to mention other people's names, but Miss Warren even slapped one of them to break the trance.
Mhm.
Wow.
You know.
Wait,
Yeah.
wait, you went out there with no jacket?
Yeah, I don't know how, man. So that was my other issue. I was shaking so much that I didn't know if I was cold or if I was reacting to Ryan's reaction. It was just weird. It was weird. That was weird. How long were we in there?
Like he's not phased. I'm just like he's not phased with the cold weather.
I
Like,
didn't want to take the time to get a jacket,
you
and it
weren't-
doesn't bother me.
You weren't cold.
No, I'd much rather be cold than hot.
I agree.
Yeah, right.
Well,
Yeah.
it's easier to warm up than it is to
Yeah.
cool up.
Yeah, we're gonna send you back down
It's
there
freaking cold.
with Danny, Rob, and with we're gonna use your phone. You're gonna stay up here because you gotta warm up a little bit.
Oh, you're gonna take my phone?
Yeah, I think we're gonna let Danny hold it. She goes down there.
Yeah, because I don't know how to use his phone.
Nobody does because
Yeah, no.
the problem is if it locks, you need my thumbprint.
Yeah.
Then you're going back down there.
So you're going back down. That's what I'm saying.
Surprise!
Danny's going with you.
Yeah, she's coming. Okay.
You want to go?
Wade, what I want you to do is just go sit in Ed's office.
Mhm.
All right,
But I am going to
And-
make sure they're safe.
but try to
Yes.
stay in Ed's office
Yes.
and let them investigate a little bit down there.
Yeah.
All right, because I just don't want
You.
three, right?
all four, you,
You guys
Danny,
get your shit out of the car.
Nick, and Ryan.
Okay.
All right.
I'm
They're doing
Or do you want to go down there
Yeah.
and sit?
No, that's fine.
You don't want you're cold.
No.
You don't want to be cold.
Aw.
Oh.
I'm chilly.
All right, Wade.
It's in the kitchen.
You sure you don't want to get a jacket?
No,
Or
it's fine.
sweater?
That doesn't bother me. I didn't even think about it.
Okay. All right.
Where'd you put that Epic box?
Oh, it's right here.
Okay. Yeah, bring that back because that's such a cool
Mhm.
piece of equipment. All right, let's go. Like, you're gonna get your stuff out of grab. When are you gonna grab shit out of the car? Your gear?
Yeah, we can grab like our like actual equipment out.
Yeah.
It's in the suitcase.
Yeah, bring it.
Yeah, we can grab that real quick.
Go on down.
Yep.
We'll meet you at the door.
Meet you at the door, son.
I'll grab your box.
All right, now let me flip this thing back around.
Just for your car or whenever you need it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Did the audience they could see what happened down there and were they
Oh yeah. Everybody's seeing exactly what's happening inside the museum, and now it's going to be a little bit interesting because now we're having Danny go down there with them. So now you got a female walking into that environment. So let's see if we get a different
That's a good idea.
reaction inside the museum.
You took me offline. You took me backstage.
Yeah, you're backstage right
Okay,
now.
good. I'm just gonna flip my camera.
Yeah.
But did the audience with their comments, did they like enjoy it or were they interested?
They hated it.
They said Wade was talking too much. We couldn't hear anything
Right, this
the guys
isn't the
were
Wade-
saying.
This isn't the Wade Kirby show
Oh,
they were
this is-
going.
That's fine. Where'd you get that? Where'd you get that from? But were they interested or do we have three
Yes, they were-
viewers?
no.
People liked what they were seeing. I mean, it's
We're still
interesting.
live.
Yeah, we're still live, Wade.
Okay.
You're talking to them right now.
Ask them.
Go ahead, ask them.
Did you? Well,
are you afraid
you
to go
sure?
to the museum? Or you
no,
just
I've
wait
got to
for your
go
time?
down. Got to go down.
I know. Are you? Is that why you want to sit here and talk? Because you're afraid.
Thanks for watching, folks.
Wade, you want my jacket?
No, thank you though for offering.
It won't fit him anyways. Would it fit? Would this fit you?
It's Dan. I didn't think about it. Doesn't bother me.
I don't want you getting a cold. Then you don't.
I don't get
months.
cold because of cold weather. Now watch all the internet people start talking. Okay, I'm gonna go. All right.
Be careful.
Yes, sir.
Godspeed.
Try to stay in the office as much as possible. Fight that urge. Fight the urge a little bit,
Gotta watch for the
but
door.
only intervene when you need to.
All right.
Okay. Thank you.
Someone's in there.
Danny, I think, is in there.
Oh, okay. I'll wait.
No, go ahead.
No, I don't want her to walk in the dark.
It's cold. The door's open.
Oh my gosh.
Close the door and wait for it. There you go. See how that shit works?
Did you get any more phone calls?
No, we turned it off.
We turned it off for now.
Are you getting interesting questions in the comments?
No.
Oh, I thought you were Daniel.
Maybe they can answer for you because they all can hear you.
All right. We'll be back.
I love that guy. Can't make this shit up.
Oh my god.
All right, put it back. Put paranormal.
You want to put them on now?
Put them up. Well, shall we?
They're not ready yet.
They're not ready yet. All right. Very cool how you look after each other and know each other's actions for difference. Oh God, I can't believe he doesn't have a jacket.
Why can't I unmute?
Oh, because no, leave it. I just gotta raise up the volume here.
No, I can't take them off of mute.
How's that?
Yes.
Yeah, the door's open. Just talk. So I like to catch myself before I can win out of respect.
You guys can hear us?
Yeah.
Okay, good.
Yep. Yeah, we can hear you.
All right, good. Cameraman's right here. So Danny's getting.
Animal. It's like 38 degrees
It's
outside.
like a polar bear. Well, remember the other day we were when we got
Did they go in? You need to get your ass down there.
mute him for a second. When we were down there in the house, he had the heat on like not on. It was
It wasn't on at all.
and I'm freezing.
I'm freezing.
And I'm always kind of hot, so I'll turn him back on.
I'm really kind of surprised because I'm going to be in the office. So, read the room.
Yeah, you guys do your thing.
Polar bear.
It's like
Okay.
walking. Look at his arms just waving back and forth.
Okay.
He's gonna watch us later.
I know he
He's
is.
gonna hear us.
I can hear you.
Oh shit! Damn it.
You heard the Bigfoot comment?
We're just checking out Ed's office.
Okay, good.
Every dead bill, that's awesome. Yeah, absolutely love it.
I love the first reactions of people.
I think it's because like it's relatable. Same thing with like the candle thing we have.
What's
It's like like no matter when you're from, you know that. Okay, I'm going to go be quiet.
Okay, so we have the dead bell with us. We have our music box.
Yep.
I think we should point the music box that direction. And I like where the dead bell's at.
Yeah. Well, I think what we should do first is let Danny get acclimated to the space first before we go nuts.
We know the story of this.
Yeah. So I believe, wait, the cross here, that's first, correct? Yes, yes.
Danny, how do you feel in there?
I feel okay, but I feel very like drawn to this corner, and then I felt like I was being pulled to this.
Who did that? What did that?
Nobody.
No one did that.
That's
our dead bell.
They're curious about it.
they wanted to test it.
Can you use that to answer questions first? Can you hit it once for yes? Please.
God damn.
Thank you so much.
If it's Kevin,
Changing it up. Now we got Danny in there.
Are you shitting me right now?
Okay, so
dude, something was just walking on this roof. It was just, you did.
oh, that wasn't you guys?
No.
I heard it got done.
No, no one
Yeah,
was
you'll
moving.
hear maybe scraping and things like that.
No, there was like 3 steps, like dunk, 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 like somebody ran across that.
All right, so you obviously know this bell.
Oh,
Yes, they do.
Yeah, walk around.
yeah, sure.
Can you ring it twice real fast? Bing, bing. One more. Hit it again. Please, can you please hit the bell again? You be shy now?
Will you talk to us if we are polite to you?
Oh.
Thank you. Are we allowed to be in here?
We're allowed to be in here. Ring the bell once for yes, twice for no.
Oh, shit.
Rob, feel it. There was a growl over here just now. So.
Yeah, great.
Something's
Sorry,
pissed off.
Sorry.
Oh. So what sets that off?
EMF.
Okay.
It's
Or-
EMF or touch.
Or touch.
Question, will his phone set that off?
Not from the distance he's at. You would have to, and we have it on the lowest setting right now.
What is an EMF?
The
Electromagnetic frequency.
So, us as people naturally give off EMF. So does basically everything. And it's said that spirits are made up of that or can give that off. So yes, a phone can set off something like a REM pod. The dead bell runs off of EMF. But one, he's pretty far away from it, and 2, we have it on like the lowest setting right now.
And it's answering correctly.
Yeah, and we're proving intelligence.
Right. There you go.
Well, I'm going to put the music box over here on the chair.
Yeah.
Facing her case.
Okay.
So that'll be.
So you're going to hear the music box turned on. It's calibrating right now.
Wade, could you go sit in Ed's office, please?
I am. I'm in the doorway.
Can you sit in Ed's chair? This way, I just don't want the energies to be mingling inside the museum. Let's see what see what kind of experience we get.
I'm here.
Intervene when you need to intervene. That's all. Thanks.
All right, so-
Thanks, Wade.
Where's chat?
Oh,
Here, Rob.
hold on. My phone just stopped. Okay, there we go.
All right, so we have the dead bell down, which it's going to go off of with EMF spikes or physical touch. And we also have our music box that is pointing towards Annabelle's case right now. Thank you. The music box is set off by motion and a temperature fluctuation, so it needs both to go off.
Here's the thing. So I put the Epic box next to the bell. As do you imagine if they could use both of them at the same time? Like
Yes.
that.
So can you make the Epic box go off and the bell at the same time?
Now the Epic box may be putting off its own EMF here, so next to each other is not always a great idea, but it is interesting. Nothing better not go off.
Can we see both go
I'm
off
gonna
at the
put my
same time?
phone close to the bell just to show y'all.
Yeah, it's on the
My
other
phone is
side.
not. My phone's not.
If we were to turn
Weirdly.
that thing, if we were to turn that thing all the way up, it wouldn't stop.
Yeah,
Okay.
it would never.
But this is like when you see it in our videos and all that, this is the setting that it's on.
To the idol, I'm talking to you. I want you to set off the bell and the blue box at the same time.
Yes. Yes. Yes.
Hit the bell.
Please.
So
Thank you.
Thank you.
focus is
Yes. Yes. Yes.
focus is, I don't know, on the side, people on the side, people watching. Does it look like the focus is jumping in and out to you?
It might be trying to focus to Ryan.
Yes.
It's
Yes.
Are you affecting his phone?
But it doesn't normally do that. That's interesting. Okay.
You ever run Spirit Talk on here?
ooh, that would be interesting to do. Put mine on as well. So
The amount of cards that are in here.
Yeah. That's like your thing.
Yeah.
So for the live, Ryan and I are both going to run Spirit Talker, which we both use airplane mode.
Yep.
So EMF is not going to be triggered from our phones to set the bell off.
Potential.
Yeah, this is in airplane mode, so it's not giving anything off.
Yeah, and I mean we have so much.
Who just said
The
yeah?
amount of
Who just said yeah? Who just said yeah?
Not me.
The land is sacred.
When you answered you kind of like were piggybacking off of what I said. I'm pretty sure you did. Yeah.
We just had something you did that went over our heads. Remember we talked about what we talked about in the kitchen table about how the priesthood lives here and bless the ground,
Sacred.
and it just said the land is sacred.
Yeah.
Yes.
So they're showing that they have the wisdom of the ages that they knew we were going to say that.
Okay.
Make sense?
Yes.
Yeah. Now, these devices that we have here, are you able to tell us what item you are?
Tell me your name of the doll in the case.
Yes. Yes.
Do me a favor. Try this.
Yes.
Roll through the alphabet slowly, and when we get to the first letter of your name, you can ring the bell. Okay. You want to try that?
And there are a lot of dolls in cases. So be
Yeah, I mean,
that's what they're confirming what I said.
Yeah.
So be specific with in other words, stand in front of an object and point to it.
Dang it, we can do that.
so once you do a little like, yeah.
He scares people.
He scares people. Okay. Are you the shadow doll? Ring the bell if this is the shadow doll.
Yes.
Break.
Break.
Sarah's asking if there's a box close to Nick. Sarah, there's a box.
I just heard something in that box move,
Did you?
like creaking.
Oh.
So, are you the idol? Talking to the idol.
And and I addressed it earlier.
Unknown. Demand.
And that's the thing is because I don't do that. Don't demand nothing of you.
No.
But that I literally said to it, that might be your phone.
All right, I'm getting away from that.
But I think what happened was is when I said that to the idol, I want you to hit this bell, meaning I didn't demand it, but it was a command.
Yeah.
And I think that's what it's saying. It's just like,
Yes.
dude, that's what we've been saying.
Yeah,
Set both
we
of
said
them off.
set off at the same time.
And that was what I demanded
That's pretty close.
the idol do, was I want you to set off the bell and the blue box.
Mhm.
And it was yes and did. Immediately.
Sarah, if you're still watching, you need to expand on your question. When you say a box, are you talking about like a wooden box or something like that?
Audrey.
What'd that just say?
Audrey.
Okay.
Is it the box on this side?
An Audrey?
There's no Audrey in here that we know of.
No.
Yes. Yes.
There's an Audrey in here.
Can you tell us
There's a box of
what this is right here? Not the bell. What's this item that I'm pointing at right here?
I mean, if you click the bell to say yes, they can, but they need the device. They need specific words. But if you do it, I'll be quiet.
Elric.
Because
The person's name, yeah.
Yeah.
That'd be crazy.
and you're looking for the S word of what it actually is, but it's just like, no, that's who it was.
Yeah.
It's like, oh.
That's me. I'm sorry.
All right, I'm gonna walk around further. This.
Okay.
Can you tell me what the name of this toy is in this box that I'm pointing at?
Which I've never heard it say ever.
That's, if that comes through either our devices,
Yes. Yes.
what is it called? Can you please tell me what the name of this is?
Danny, Sarah's telling you to be by the box.
The box that I was looking at?
Yep.
Got it.
Oh, the D box.
I affect the animals.
I affect the animals.
Someone just asked if they meant.
You're referring to the dinosaur.
That could be.
Because that dinosaur was seen like
that would be answer.
yeah, was seen like crawling across the floor.
Dude, it's yes, Dane, yes,
Yeah,
Dane.
so
What did that say?
said, why did you come?
Why did you come?
We're gonna film you later. We're gonna be in here. We don't mean any disrespect to you. But you cannot harm us.
Yes.
Okay, I'm glad you understand. But as I was saying, that dinosaur has been seen. It was during the Devil Made Me Do It case, and that's what it's from. That house, and it's been like
The Glatzel house.
yeah, the Glatzel house, like sliding across the floor.
No. No.
Yes, it was.
Yes, it was.
Telling everyone in the house you're all gonna die.
Yeah.
Yep.
Witnessed by everyone at the dining table.
And I guess that would make sense. I affect the animals it was talking about.
Yeah. He likes your courage. You just said yes.
Yeah.
Okay.
And it's funny because I feel a lot more comfortable in here.
Yeah, you're totally different.
Yeah. Well, you definitely are. Yeah.
Yeah. So yeah, we have courage because we know we're protected. Can you tell me who this is? I'm in front of the
Tell him that.
Who?
No.
Okay.
You're fine.
Can you tell me?
My name is Elizabeth.
Wow.
Elizabeth.
Why that? What?
My name is Elizabeth. No.
So I asked, can
I'm
you?
so sorry.
tell me
I know,
your
that's why
name?
I'm-
And it was like, my name is Elizabeth,
Yeah.
even though that's not what.
Yeah. Her name is. But yet again, you got 8 of them behind you.
Is it that
And also,
name?
that is the fireball.
That's not you.
Hi, that was Lada. Hello.
Let me come around.
Can you go one more time?
None of us are moving.
Yeah.
If you want to talk to us, can you stand in front of that, please? Thank you. Are you Elizabeth? If you're Elizabeth, can you make that go off, please? If you're not Elizabeth, can you make that go off, please? Can you stand in front of me? Review.
Jeez, Chris.
Review.
Chris just came in.
Yeah. I
Um,
love how Wade called that. Like, he's waiting for the door open. It's like somebody's coming.
Look, I stepped further than.
Damn. Here, it says, I don't want to talk. Ding. No, no. Ding.
Can you give me a high five?
I don't think anything in here wants to high five anybody.
What's the story of that mirror over there?
The conjuring.
Not the conjuring mirror, though.
and then, hey, Wade or Chris,
Others.
what is it? Well, what's this box right here? The wooden box,
That's the Disney box. Isn't it?
with the crosses on it, the big one.
They have a divot box?
It's got little cowgirls and cowboys on it.
That's the traveling case for the fire doll.
Okay, for the fire
But
doll.
I'm over here like wanting to pick up
we
the
do
fire
have
doll
a-
and standing next
We
to
do
it.
have a divot box that's going to be going inside the museum soon.
Okay.
Because the fire doll, Dan, correct me if I'm wrong, is in Annabelle's original case.
Case. Right.
I'm hurting.
Scars.
Oh.
What scars? Are you talking about physical scars? I lived right here. Is this still Elizabeth?
You might be communicating with the fire doll. Just want to let you know.
Okay.
Am I talking to the fire doll?
That was me. That was me.
Interesting.
Dan, does the fire doll? Ooh,
Wow.
we've never had that.
Can you tell us your story? Please?
Dan, does the fire doll have a name other than the fire doll?
No, we don't have a name for it, but she did. Elizabeth, right? Oh, yeah, Wade's saying Elizabeth is one of the siblings that were killed. She was 6 years old and she was killed in the fire.
Yeah. Okay.
Her
I
name.
just got Elizabeth, and it just said
Children around
Yeah, children are around.
Right, they all died in the fire.
Yeah, and mine just said kill.
Do you carry the children around you? Do you keep them with you?
No.
Why are your hands bound?
Yes.
Yeah, I can see they're bound. Why? Your chance to tell your story.
Does that do that? Is that like normal with that bell?
Not this intelligent.
Why does it look like there's scars on your face? There's not scars.
Yep. It's
Yeah, it looks like there's scars on your face.
Hey, Danny. Hey, Danny.
Yeah.
Below the fire doll, there's a frame picture, and that tells you the story of the fire doll.
Stay here. Oh my gosh.
Wow.
Wow.
Ashes in here? Wait, ashes, fire doll.
Well, they were killed in the fire. They would have been ashes.
Yeah. Yes.
Someone said
Yeah.
yes.
If you guys want to read that a little bit, I think that's gonna help you.
Yeah. Oh,
Hold on. I'll give you a flashlight if you want to keep running spiritual.
Yeah. I'm not letting go of this thing he gave me. All right. The fire doll forbidden romance led West Virginia girl to burn her family to death in 1969. Nothing could have prepared emergency responders in Parkersburg, West Virginia for the inferno they rolled up on 50 years ago this week. Charles and Ruby Bailey and 10 of their 13 children were entombed by a flash fire that consumed the interior of the tar paper rental house. The fire materialized at 1 a.m. on Sunday, June 8th, 1969, but rescuers were driven back by the heat. Even as a female inside made her final plea for help. Most of the bodies were near windows and doors, but they couldn't make it out the house. A local fire lieutenant, William George, told the press the juvenile victims included girls ages 17, 11, 9, 7, and 5, and boys ages 6, 4, 3, 21 months, and 6 months.
Oh, God. Wait, and one of the children lit this fire?
Yes.
I believe the story was only one survived, like the one who set it on fire, right?
Dan, you're muted if you're talking.
Here's a picture of them all.
I think they're talking to each other.
Yes.
Yeah, Ray's probably telling him what we experienced.
My whole left side is very warm. Yeah, it is true. It feels very
Did you end up
uncomfortable.
touching me when I was reading that book?
Absolutely not.
I got touched.
Ryan, do you see the name Elizabeth on that article?
I'm looking. I see a Susie. There's a Helen, John.
I think it was somewhere in the beginning.
I don't think they gave the names of the victims.
Yes.
Elizabeth, right here.
Yep.
Yeah, Elizabeth is the one that started the fire.
Oh my gosh.
And Dan, I was I don't know if you heard me ask Rob, but when I was reading this, I thought Rob was like real close behind me so he could see. I know it's going crazy. I felt you. And something like I thought Rob was like leaning on my tricep.
True again.
Wish I was.
And he wasn't touching me.
Like I said, you don't know where this is all coming from, but from what we've researched and the help that we had doing the research, I was able to tell that it was the fire dial that was communicating with you at this time.
Wow.
We get a close up for
Which
everybody.
makes sense because we were getting the word scars that came across that has scars. Ashes.
And we're reading that and it said kill. Like this, she set that house on fire and killed all of them.
Which is, how the hell are you okay with doing something like that? Like,
Well, yeah, but I'm just saying, like from the words we were getting, I've never gotten kill on this phone.
but it makes sense because that's exactly what happened.
Yeah.
Yeah.
In the name of
death.
In the name of death, it just said.
And that's the family right there.
Yeah, right here.
Put this on that ledge right in front of her case.
I don't want to move. I am very cozy.
Who's right here?
That's why I could.
It's crazy how much better.
You look earlier. I was pretty crazy.
I mean, it was.
Give it like 5 more minutes.
Yeah. You got 5 minutes, kids. And then
Then we'll go back up.
we'll wrap this.
Wrap it up.
I put a ball
Yes.
right
Yes.
at the bottom of your case. Can you hit that for me? Do you mind hitting that ball for me, please?
Is it too close to the holy water for you?
Since you're running Spare Talker, I'm going to run Ghost 2 real quick.
Ooh, sending pictures?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that would be good.
You got a couple more minutes, kids. Stop it. That was you, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Now I gotta smell it burning.
You got a smell of burning?
Yeah, like burning wood. Like somebody lit up. Yeah.
My back's very warm, too.
So we're gonna run or we'll run on Ghost Tube Seer right now. And what it is basically kind of like Spirit Talker in a way, but it's with pictures instead of words. And we've had some crazy things appear. So anyone who's in here, can you maybe use this device that's in my hand? Show us a picture of what you look like or how you see yourself.
Why do I smell coconuts? You guys find coconut stuff?
No.
Nick smells burning wood. You smell coconuts.
To the spirits in here,
I was looking at the bracelet she has on.
can you send Ryan a picture of what you look like? Or the item you possess?
Splendor. Did I say splendor or splinter?
Splendor.
I don't even know what that means.
Yeah, that's what I was like.
Splendor?
I'll show
It's
up right
like-
now, then.
Yeah, picture. You'll hear like the.
Yeah, the phone will go really loud with a ding. It's almost like the dead bell,
That's
but
what you guys were doing. We had like on goggles or something,
Yeah,
right?
so we'll put this in the
Yes,
goggles.
Okay.
All right, so it just showed like a blood moon.
Oh,
Okay.
there's a werewolf right over there.
yeah,
Weird.
there's a werewolf mask and a werewolf book.
All right.
And
And there's a moon globe there.
oh,
That's kind of what that looks like, right?
it is kind of what that looks like, actually. Yeah.
But the thing,
Holy cow.
is that
And I was
like,
really drawn to that earlier, too.
that's a yes. So it might be. It's probably not the ball, but it might be the
Drawing up
statue
to that
thing
area.
behind it.
Something near it.
Like this, I'm gonna touch it, but that one was really calm.
Yeah.
Yeah, no touch.
I promise
Yeah.
I'm not touching.
Yep.
I may need to chat about here in a minute. So I think
Well, I think we're
I'm
gonna
feeling
wrap up
very,
here.
yeah.
Okay. Well, yeah, we don't
Yeah,
have
guys,
Yeah.
we only got like 3 minutes left. I think we're gonna wrap it up. Have you guys come up here and we'll talk a little bit, and then
Okay.
Okay.
All right.
Careful, Rob.
Put us backstage and we'll
wait
be up in a
a
minute. I know
little bit.
I'm not going any further back. I'm trying not to puke. I don't feel so good. So okay,
Spirits,
we're coming.
Okay.
What?
we're gonna leave you.
This.
Um,
no, they're coming up. I had to put them on backstage. So they're gonna be working their way up here.
I can hear them coming up now.
Wade, can you let us down there and just make sure that we lock up, we shut all the lights off, and
Are we done now for the night?
for the museum, yes. We're just gonna wrap it up here real quick. I just don't want just help Chris out real quick. No, we'll get everybody up here. We'll lock things up. You know what to do. Wade, give him a blessing as well.
Yes, sir.
All right. All right, guys. Yeah, I hope you enjoyed that investigation we had in the museum with paranormal theory and Get Haunted with Rob and Danny. Somebody's asking a question. Do you normally get differences from males and females in the museum? Yeah, sometimes we do. It reads off your energy, what you're bringing into that museum. And if it's attracted to that person at that time, that's where you're going to get a response. And it happened. It happened with Danny in there, and the activity started picking up. So, yeah, telling you people, this museum is active, and these items are active as well. when we tell you these stories about these items, we do get some evidence that you get from these individual items, just like the fire doll. The fire doll was trying to communicate with them, and it was validating some of the names that were in that article that's there below the fire doll. Yeah, guys, I'm glad you enjoyed this live. We do this just to test out some theories, how, you know, everybody has a different way of investigating. What better place than the Warrens Occult Museum and some of these items in there. And they do communicate with you. Sometimes it could be the fire doll. The fire doll could be really active some nights. And then there's the Annabelle. But tonight, it seemed like it was the Satanic Idol and the fire doll. I believe a couple of weeks ago, it was Annabelle when we had Sean Austin in there, where we're getting a lot of evidence coming from the Annabelle doll. We're going to have Paranormal Theory coming up soon with Rob and Danny. I know it's cold outside. I think it's down in the 30s. I believe there are sunspots in Connecticut that's snowing. We're not snowing over here right now, but it's cold. All right, we're gonna add Ryan.
That kid, move over.
Yeah. You're live.
Cold, right?
Yeah.
A little bit.
Yeah. The museum actually feels good.
Yeah.
Like temperature wise, yeah. Like enough to like wear a jacket and you feel all right.
Is that Rob back to the stage? And Wade doesn't have a jacket on.
I don't know how Wade does it.
It's got to be living in the city. I mean, you know, he probably walks around in the city in the middle of winter with shorts. Yeah, I never saw him wear shorts, but I'm sure, like, you know,
one of those
short sleeve. He's an animal.
It's so much warmer in here.
Yeah.
It was at one point my back was so warm I didn't want to I did not want to leave the spot I was standing in. I'm like, oh, this is so nice.
You know the warm spot in the museum?
Oh yeah, my back was really
Right in front
warm.
of the case for the fire doll, the wood box.
Oh, we do have a little heater. So it probably was kicked on in there.
Okay.
So that's only when we turn the lights on, the heater will go on.
It was nice. That's all I know. I was like, okay, I'm just gonna stay here.
Yeah, I don't know. You know, towards the end, my stomach I started feeling really,
Yeah, you even said
really nauseous. Like,
Yeah.
you know, Danny made dinner yesterday, so
hey.
who knows?
But
But
good, by the way.
it was strange. It was strange.
It's like,
Yeah. I mean, what do you guys think? I mean, what you experienced down there?
That was something I've never felt before.
I definitely know it's very intelligent down there, but I don't know if it's like what I got, my protection, but it seemed like everything was like avoiding me.
Yeah, and it happens. You know, it depends how long you're in that museum. And you don't know what's communicating with you. Like tonight, it seemed like it was the Santa Hook Idol and the fire doll.
Mhm.
I mean, your guys were getting like responses from the fire doll that
Yeah.
were relating to that story.
You did
So that
great.
was interesting.
Thank you.
Yeah, that was really,
And
really good.
you were triggering things. It was great.
But they, like I said, they play
Sorry.
off each
No,
other.
it's good.
So you don't know if it's Annabelle. Well, you wouldn't know it's Annabelle because she'll will respond to you in certain ways, or the shadow doll will respond to you in certain ways, which will be more evil. But it seemed like it was the fire doll was the most active tonight. That was interesting. Mind blowing.
It's always cool. I love, for me, right, watching those guys walk in for the first time and then Danny's reaction. For me, that's my favorite. I like to observe. It's overwhelming, right? Whether you believe every story in there or even one story in there, when you go in, there's right. Am I lying, guys? There is nothing like it because you're walking into the unknown, right? You're like, wow, this is just
right. And
it's
somebody's asking a question, why don't you say in the name of Jesus Christ to reveal the demon's identity? And we do. And at the beginning of this video, you will notice that some of you were saying in the name of Jesus Christ, tell us your name.
Yeah.
But like I said, everybody has a different way of investigating. So yes, we ask those when we ask a question, we do say in the name of Jesus Christ. But then you have other investigators that approach it differently. But like I said, we're open to different ways of investigating. So this was interesting to have you guys go in there and try your way of investigating the paranormal, and you know, and communicating with these items inside the museum.
You were intelligent. You didn't challenge. You didn't confront. And you did a good job. Good job.
Thank you.
And I think like touching bases with that, with in the name of Jesus Christ, I think that is kind of a way of like, I'm trying to find a boundary. So more of, I don't want it to get aggravated or like back away from you. So whatever's coming through, you just kind of keep it respectable and normal.
Right.
And then if you needed something to identify itself like more or get something concrete from it, then use it.
Right.
So
Especially if you feel threatened
Yes.
and you know it's something evil, and then that's how you want to approach it.
Exactly.
Were you aware of the knowledge that was transformed in there when you first walked in? They were looking at you.
Yeah.
You were the focus and the
Yeah.
attention. Who are they? What are they doing? What's their energy? What's their vulnerability? And then at the end, you were the ones asking the questions and getting the answers.
Mhm.
You were the teacher and they were the classroom, so to speak.
Yep.
In a way.
Damien asks, was Nick and Ryan feeling any energy shifts?
So from the first time that I went in there to the second time I went in there, completely different. I felt like pretty comfortable the second time.
Mm-hmm.
And like even you were saying, you were like, you just seem like so much more like yourself and all that kind of stuff. Definitely different than the first time I went in there. Because I felt like they kind of realized, they're like, okay, like he came back in, and which I'm glad I did, because I'm sure there are people that happens to them and they're done. Like I'm not doing that, but I wasn't gonna, let that win. I know I'm protected. And
remember what I said earlier about the emotions and how I said, no, I'm that way they win.
Yeah,
I get it. You're right.
Yeah.
I believe you're right.
You took your power back.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
That's very important to hear that.
Yeah.
And I think with me, it's like I really didn't feel a power shift in there, like energy wise, due to like what I do for grounding. And I've dealt with a darker past many, many years ago. So having somewhat of an experience with this, I know where my limits are and what I need to do to kind of center and keep myself grounded in these events. It definitely put a challenge to me, because as soon as you do walk in, it's just like, okay, you got to turn up this a little bit more. You got to center yourself more and remember who you are, what you are. And I definitely think that helped, because after I took the step in and did my full lap around the museum, I was fine in there. I'm like, it was comfortable, nothing was kind of like poking at me to like see what I was about. It was just like, okay, we're not going to touch that guy.
But isn't that true? Sometimes that very well, I don't want to mention names, but that happens. They leave them absolutely alone.
Yeah. Like I said, depends what night you're in that museum, and what's going to happen. It's always different.
And your energy level and even attitude.
Yeah. Guys, listen, I'm glad you guys were able to come out and experience the Warrens Occult Museum. And Rob and I and NESPR are going to be working together in the future. We're going to be doing more of the Devils on the Run tours and some other projects that we're working on. And
things coming.
Oh, and as for NESPR, we're working on some big things for next year.
Yeah.
We're going to reveal them soon, but
yeah, we got some really cool things coming up.
Right. Let's just say some of the biggest conventions in the world. Just keep an eye out for us. We're coming. So again, guys, Paranormal Theory, do you guys have links or websites? Oh, Chris, you want to ask that?
Yeah.
Go ahead.
I just didn't want to leave them out. I didn't want to leave them out. Do you
I'm
guys
gonna
have
roll.
anything you want to plug or?
Yeah,
or
follow our YouTube channel.
Yeah.
Obviously we're gonna have a video of this place. So.
And what is how do we follow it?
It's you can type in paranormal_theory. It's easier to find just if you add the underscore, but it's paranormal_theory.
Mm-hmm.
Now, is that at YouTube?
YouTube.
YouTube. Do you guys do any other social media sites?
We do Facebook and Instagram as well.
Okay.
The Facebook is paranormal. Is that dot theory?
No, Facebook is just Paranormal Theory.
Okay.
Instagram is paranormal.theory.
That's it.
And then TikTok is Paranormal Theory.
Yeah.
Someone's going to have this question. So I'm asking it embarrassment wise.
Yeah.
Paranormal underscore?
Yeah.
You mean the little line
Yeah,
or
the
to
little-
type in the words underscore?
No,
No,
the little
that's
line
the
that
line.
goes underneath. They got it right.
Yep.
Okay.
typed it
Well,
in
see,
right.
now that takes care of that. Okay.
For those of you over 60,
Don't listen, pay no attention to the man behind the curtain.
All right, guys, we got to wrap this up. But I
Get
want to
Haunted, you got
say,
anything?
No, we're good. You guys know how to find us. Just Get Haunted.
all of a sudden you're shy.
Get Haunted.
All of a sudden he's shy, right?
DOTCOM. GetHaunted.com. Find us on Facebook. We have the main page, which is Get Haunted. Then we have our
You spelled it out dot.
public network page. That's where everybody collaborates and shares and drop your teams, your businesses, your YouTube channels right there on the network page.
You see what happens with Rob? He was nice and warm up here at the beginning. Don't know he went down to the museum. He's cold and everything. He's like
So fragile.
he's frozen and quiet now.
I'm getting old too. No, this is a lot. Like it's a lot every time you come here, right? And there's all these different energies you're dealing with, and watching Ryan go down, I was like, oh no, here we
Got
go.
back up.
Right,
All
he's
matters.
back up, but no, it's again, thanks to Ness for all you guys for
Thank you.
for having us up.
So it was an honor, and we enjoyed it, seeing it through your eyes.
Yeah, and we enjoy sharing this, this experience. You guys were able to get something out of it. So I wish you guys the best, and and I hope you guys take off, and then we're glad to be a part of that.
Thank you.
You're
and
gonna
thank you
you're
for
gonna be a big part of it.
All right, guys. Thanks for tuning in to another episode of Seekers of the Supernatural. Stay tuned for more upcoming events that we're doing and our future podcast. I mean, we're not going anywhere. All right, guys. Good night and God bless.
Thanks for watching.
tuning in.